And we're live. So these guys should be
Okay,
able
so
to
no
hear
more
me.
inbound. Stop that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Dude, I heard you. That was the most racist, horrid shit I've ever heard come out of a man's mouth. Like, I watched American History X twice in a row and didn't hear that many N-bombs. That was disgusting. And that whole thing about
Guns,
the
what is
goat.
wrong with you?
No. That whole thing about the goat and the woman's high heels, I'm disgusted by it. I'm feeling right.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you
my
guys.
God. And Wings is Cal? I thought that was a joke.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke, man. You brought up.
I heard you named your game battle team the Flying Calves.
Oh, when you brought up, I didn't know KY came in 1 gallon jugs. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Dude, so the two leading contenders for the name of my what is it? It's Pound Cock, right? That is the name of the tournament. It's like
Are you
it
kidding
is,
me?
right? Like the pound sign COC. What are they calling this tournament? What else would you call
COC.
that?
Yeah, you got it. COC.
Yeah, but pound, right? Like, anyway, all I see on Twitter is like pound COC, pound COC. And I'm like, how do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that? Yeah. So anyway, I have a team in this thing, and I'm torn. There's two names. We might go with Wings is Cal, right? That could be the name of my team, or Sexy Vanilla Freshness. Those are the two leading candidates.
The freshness thing. That's when I heard somebody throw that out there. Yeah, that's the one I'd go with.
Yeah,
Sexy Vanilla
I think that
Freshness.
it's kind of funny and a little bit odd.
All right. It was I think it was Wings' original screen name. Like he mentioned it in a PKA recently.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Wings? How you doing, buddy?
Doing it up big, son. Doing it up big.
Oh my god.
That was so
Doing it up
unconvincing,
to-
right?
Yeah, right. That'd be like if he was like, "I'm having the best day."
Yeah. Top of the world. I have 5 more minutes to live. That was like.
Awesome.
Yeah, my vocal cords are just shot today.
Really?
God,
Was
I
that
should-
you trying to talk?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Oh
Sound
my
like the-
gosh, it's getting worse. Like you were like, "Hey man, my voice might sound really bad," and I'm like, "It's not perfect, but we can work with this." Now, like I think you've got 15 more words in you, and then you're done.
No, it just it goes in terms like it's clearer now, and it'll just kind of break down. The less I talk, the more cold settles on my vocal cords, and they just get raspy.
Yeah, man. This kind of thing though is why your channel's big, right? I mean, you're here freaking working. You know, when most people would be saying like, you know what? I'm not in the mood for you.
I need a Neo-Citron. I'm gonna snuggle with my teddy bear.
Yeah, I drunk a fucking big thing of Tussin just a minute ago. Killed one. So everything's going really slow motion right now, and I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm a little bit jealous.
I got 4 hours of sleep last night. So like in the last 48 hours, I'm going on like, I don't know, 40 hours of awake time or something, and I'll be up late again tonight. Dedicated,
Why did you have 4 hours? What are you doing?
Oh gosh, I don't even have a really good excuse, right? I was in this Skype chat with everyone about the Pound Cock tournament, and I just found it to be like addicting, and I was in there just
Pound Cock and addicting, eh?
just
saying it.
And then last night was the Billionaires Challenge, right? Wasn't that? Yeah, that was last night. So I was watching.
Yeah, that went really well
until it ended.
Is it over? Like, who won that anyway?
Optic Nate Shot won it. So, he sort of got in at the last minute because he was in it. He was like my top draft pick for the thing. And then, they had this big shuffling of who was in it. And
Oh, they did?
You hadn't heard. They had this big
Down, Wings, keep down.
shuffling of who was in it, and then he got back in it and he won the prize. And I think did I read they put like 20 grand into a suicide charity at the end of that thing? So
Really?
I went, wow, yeah. Like they ended up.
What's that, damage control? Come on, you can't. Why even bother doing that?
That's how they did it, yeah. So, for people are asking about the video, I tested the video, and for some reason, when my mic and my camera work at the same time, it gets this really choppy, clicky thing. And I tried to fix it tonight. I wasn't able to fix it. It's showtime, and hopefully we get some video soon. But for tonight, it's just audio. It's a podcast.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to throw this out randomly. So, like, there were some people. There was one person who was upset that I destroyed a perfectly good pig today, and some of them were saying that, that was a lot of food to waste. So, and I started thinking about it. And personally, I don't think it's a lot of food to waste because it was already produced and somebody had to buy it. And butchers throw meat out all the time. But if you want to look at it like that, it's 150 pounds of food. So I was like, all right, well, I'll donate 150 pounds of food to the needy, this holiday season. And then immediately, like, somebody on Facebook was like, all right, I'm in too. I'll donate 150 pounds. I'll match you. So it got me thinking. So we're getting in contact with the not Salvation Army. The Salvation Army or whatever. Whoever it is that does the food drive. Yeah, the Salvation Army. And so we're going to run a big event probably in New York or LA that like raises as much food as we can. This probably Thanksgiving. The wheels are turning on that. If anybody in the stream or any of you guys want to take part in some
look at all the good things that just came from you not caring about animals. Isn't that awesome?
There you go. Yeah. and FYI, I did not shoot that pig in the head. There is and it's not a bullet hole.
That's the air trigger thing, right? Like that gun that they use. It goes instant.
Yeah.
It was like that when I got it, and then I bit its ear.
Yeah, but you know what? If people want to complain about wasting meat, I mean, and I'm not saying that we're not against it. I mean, I have a guy from an organic farm coming by my house soon, and we're supposed to be buying like a quarter half cow or something like that from an organic farm. But, everyone that shops at a grocery store probably is worse than what you did with that pig, and yet they come down on you for that. It's like, and I apologize for this, but it's like today's society are a bunch of hippie vaginas. Exactly. Like they just get overly sensitive about these things. And I'm not saying that it wasn't a waste. I'm just saying, like, people that go to a grocery store, they're like the worst wasters of friggin' food ever. They probably waste, like, I don't even know, 10, 20 times that amount in a day.
Yeah. It's the same. The Epic Mealtime gets that kind of hate as well. But it's
basically
what? Like,
I don't know. I find it ridiculous.
I want my shampoo tested on animals because if it fucks him up, I don't want to use it.
I want it on cute little puppies. I want to see if it hurts their
eyes. Put in their eyes. Put it in his eye. I want to know.
That damn puppy squealing. I'm not using that.
So some guys.
Oh man, dude, I don't understand people.
Not right now. You don't because you're all messed up on Robitussin.
If I was that pig, I just thank God I wasn't Wings' cow.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just didn't get it with the whole pig thing. I thought it was entertaining. One thing I did want to know, though, man, why would you eat a piece of that with that chemical coming out of that thing? Isn't it like...
It's napalm.
What are you talking about? That stuff, it's not like non-toxic crayons or something.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, so what were you shooting out of there? And I'm like, napalm. Oh, how'd you make it? I was like, it's military-grade napalm. Like, I made it with like a military kit for how to make napalm. It's high-test gasoline and a thickening agent, and you stir it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and if you're looking, not that I'm telling people to make this, but I know that they use like, you can use orange juice and gasoline. I don't know if it's like from concentrate, but it's
concentrate. Yeah, or styrofoam. You can put styrofoam in it until it won't dissolve anymore.
And did you know that it was Canada where I'm from?
Hey, can I step in? Guys, don't be giving this stuff out over air.
Well, everybody knows that.
Yeah, but we're breaking laws right now.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. Don't use that. You can't. Also, it's possible to make it that way.
Yes. Don't Google how to make napalm. Don't do it.
Also, if you ever want to assassinate a public figure, you'd want to do it from a high building with a high-powered rifle. I recommend like a Remington 700.
Like, no, seriously, I'm about to lose consciousness, but you make me nervous. If we hear a door bump down and wings go quiet, we know what happened.
Yeah,
well, sure. I'm just saying, I don't want us to get the podcast getting any trouble because they're giving out, improvised explosives.
Not an explosive. More like a destructive device.
Yeah. Either or, fuck shits up.
What?
Duly noted. Listen, I don't know much about anything in terms of any of that stuff anyway, so believe me. That's just like some trivial information that was in my little noggin.
Hey guys, I think the people in the stream are saying that they can't hear me. So if you can hear us, but there's no video, which is what you should expect, write F Kyle in the stream.
God damn it!
Test.
Dude, watch the stream. They've been waiting for so much. Watch the stream. They love this shit.
I don't know. It'll mess up. Let me see if I can. I'll see.
I think we
Yeah.
just broke the stream. There's so many people trying to say fuck.
Yeah, there's F Kyle right there. Before we go live like on the
Right.
stream, I've got this question. We got 6,100 right now from my count, and that's almost on average with what we were getting with the Billionaire Bash kind of thing, like unique viewers at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and he's throwing thousands and thousands of dollars to get that. Like, why can't we find sponsors?
That's a really good question. I think the answer is we need an agent. I know that I stink at finding sponsors, and
Well, I'm right below you.
so like I don't know. Like somebody was telling me that 300 grand was the level at which YouTube channels typically get agents. I don't have an agent, so yeah, this isn't really
what's up with
podcast fodder, but it'd be neat if we could. We had one guy approach us for advertising
Bare
the
Naked
show, and he said he was interested, but that's where it ended. So
I got that Bare Naked stuff, and that stuff was horrible.
the granola.
Oh, you finally got it?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked
I-
it. It was
I liked
healthy.
it a lot.
It wasn't as.
It was-
I mean, the tastiest stuff, of course, has some M&Ms and marshmallows mixed in.
Yeah, exactly. All
Or,
right,
you know,
like if you want to eat candy, but this you have to keep in mind. This was like healthy food. It was really. I enjoyed it. The chocolate covered cherries because it was like organic cherries, like real legit chocolate, and like
This is a private advertiser that came to you guys?
yeah.
Yeah, he gave us like product samples. So far, like we've done 61 episodes of Painkiller already, and we've received a couple of
through
bags of
PKA
granola.
you got.
Yeah,
After 61 episodes,
yeah.
you know,
we've
hundreds of
received.
thousands of views. We got 6 bags of granola.
We got
Yeah,
Sweet.
we're rolling deep with that podcast money. That's it.
Podcast money. Yeah, it's enough. But the podcast money is about enough to like go to McDonald's and
Yes.
feed almost all 3 of us.
I could feed a family of 4 for lunch. That's the kind of money that I'm making. In
As
61
long as one of us
episodes.
is not very free.
I've always related the podcast to like owning a boat.
Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't take out our expenses. Never mind, we lost on the show. Like I didn't count the hosting fees. Yeah. So there is no video stream tonight. What's happened for the last couple times I've tried to use the video stream is I get this clicking. I bought a new USB bus in hopes that would fix it, but that it was time to start the show. I think I'm going to be answering why there's no video a lot tonight, but there'll be video as soon as I can get the tech stuff worked out. No idea why when I use it my mic crackles.
Did you confirm whether or not people can hear you right now, or?
I don't know. Say F Kyle if you can hear me.
Well,
Yeah, obviously said F Kyle beforehand. Nobody
Yeah,
else.
there's some people who are just always saying F Kyle, so it's kind of hard to tell. By the way, it's not. They don't really hate me. Yeah, there you go. They don't really hate me. They're just.
We got a mod that says Kyle's a pig fucker. Come on now.
I can hear you. I just had your podcast on, and I could hear you.
Yeah.
So-
Are you looking at the stream?
Yeah, I just did. It was really confusing. I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
and then I got the echo. But I heard your crazy laugh.
All right, whoa. There's no need to call me a bitch. It's okay to call me fuck Kyle. No need to make it dirty. Like fuck Kyle,
Yeah.
you cock fucking whore.
Feelings
Like, I don't
get
need
hurt
that.
around here. F
Oh my
Kyle.
god, look at the spam. Like, it's crazy. The friggin' chat, just crazy. Oh
Yeah.
my god, there's so many of them.
So
Nice.
This is a fun show so far, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Somebody
if you
just threw
people
somebody
down
just threw in the ass in there, and they knew that it was gonna fit to fuck Kyle. It was gonna be fuck Kyle in the ass. They knew it would.
Yeah. My dog just moaned. That wasn't me.
I love the
Nice.
guys who ask who's Kyle. That's great. it's like I mean I understand that like most people on the internet might not know me, but like how do you make it in here and still not know me?
Who's that Kyle guy that you're talking about?
You miss a couple shows, baby. Suddenly it's the Wings and Woody show. Hey, I'm gonna fill my water bottle. I'll just be 1 second.
Kyle, isn't that Crunk Skunk guy?
Yeah, the people who think that me and Crunkston are the same person. That's good shit.
Whatever happened to Crunk Skunk? I already got like a girlfriend that fell off the face of the earth.
I have no idea. I talked to him a while back. He was I don't know. He got his partner channel, and then he never really did much. And I don't know what happened. I think maybe I know he had somebody break into his car, and he had some stuff going on like that. So I think he got a job or something, and maybe doesn't have time for this anymore.
Yeah, that $5.50 an hour holding him down.
I'm sure he's doing better than that. Nobody's paid for that little. It was
Yeah.
$5.50 an hour when I was 16.
Yeah, $7.25 now.
Yeah.
What?
I
That's
don't know,
your
that's what I
minimum
pay.
wage?
Yeah. Oh, I $7.25.
It's 10. It's like $10 or at least $10 up here right now.
Oh, but those aren't real dollars.
Yeah, those are
Crazy faces. It's monopoly money.
a buck in Canada is literally a maple leaf laminated.
What is it, a loony? That's not money. Who calls their money loonies?
Loonies and toonies. Like cartoon money, for God's sakes.
I was around Doc Holliday the other day, and he was about to get paid, and he got so happy he was getting paid in American money, his face lit up like a little kid at Christmas.
Yeah, I'm all over the map in terms of being paid by YouTube because the currency fluctuation sometimes I get screwed and tattooed because when the dollar dips or whatever, like depending on, I don't know, whether the president burps or something and friggin' your dollar goes down, I'm like, shit, well, this sucks. And we just, I don't know, man, it would be nicer if I just lived in LA.
I know the Canadian dollar passed us. Is it still ahead of us, or
I don't know. It fluctuates all over the place. Like, I mean, this has been going on for like the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. It's been going all over the place. You guys gain back, and then I don't know. I don't know what's going on recently, but I think it's still it's like almost at parity with it.
Right.
Getting
Kyle,
gas
makes
rate
you
by the
feel any
euro.
better? Someone in the chat just said, "Who's Woody's gamer tag?" Right, we're on JustinTV/Woody's gamer tag. So there we are. It's funny how some stuff sticks with you on YouTube, right? Like there can be 10,000 F Kyles in the chat, which would be a great time to write that.
What you find is with your name in it.
and like it means nothing, right? It just slides off, whatever. And then every so often they find like this one thing. Look at the chat. They find this one thing that. That's like that actually hurts your feelings, and sometimes it goes the other way. So get this, I did a sort of a Q&A about the Billionaires Challenge maybe 2 days ago on my stream, and some guy wrote that I had a really nice jawline, and someone else said, yes, Woody the exceptional jawline. And I swear for 2 days, every time I'm in front of a mirror, I take a look. Yeah, like, all right, I just shaved. Look at this. All right, I've got a jawline here. I just filled my water bottle, and so every now and then an insult or a compliment will stick.
You should become a model now. I'm just, screw gaming. Just start modeling things. That jawline, first hook, line, and sinker. You're done.
Oh,
Nice.
the fucking room is spinning.
I could. Dude's ready to friggin' just pass out. Nice, dude.
The room. I love we're having a conversation where he's like, the room is spinning.
Out of nowhere.
Is it water still?
Dude, are you gonna pass out?
You might.
Maybe.
Even if you have a cold, drinking an entire bottle of Robitussin ain't gonna help it that much.
Look at dog. I gotta come on Painkiller Already. It has to happen.
What?
Oh, is the girlfriend trying to get you to take a night off?
No, she's sitting right here. Feed me water.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were talking to Gunns? Who were you telling that you have to be on PKA?
The room is
That's on
spinning.
the guns. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sound hilarious.
He's talking to himself. He doesn't know at this point. He's just one Robitussin to the wind. He doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Dude, so I go on Facebook, right? And I ask people for topics for tonight. Topics 2 and 5 are just make Kyle uncomfortable. The previous week, topics 2 and 5 were like make Kyle uncomfortable and make Kyle sexually uncomfortable. So
Making someone sexually uncomfortable usually involves like handcuffs, but okay.
Or quid pro quo.
Yeah. I think if we make Kyle uncomfortable, it's going to make Wings uncomfortable. I mean, I could give it a whirl, but also I think my wife is listening and it'll make her uncomfortable. So
dude, this is just bonus. Collateral uncomfortableness.
Uncomfortable. Why are you saying you're going to put his car through the car wash? I thought you were straight. That's concerning me. And then Wings were like, no,
Wait, I
don't
think
do
I
that.
just got out sexualized. Put your car through the car wash? Is that some sort of gay reference? I'm trying to imagine, like, what could that be? Does that refer to some...
I think that's another variation of training in the tunnel, Woody.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Swinging
are
the
you
root,
serious?
laying the pipe.
Have you ever watched, what the hell is that friggin' movie? It's one of those movies, Lampoon, like National Lampoon type movies, and it had, I can't remember his friggin' name in it. But anyway, he's forever at university. And that's what he was saying.
Ben Wilder.
Ben Wilder, that's what it is. Van Wilder.
Does it refer to one orifice in
Same with the
particular? I'm
Indians.
thinking mouth with car
He's
wash.
like, he's here because I wanted to put the car through the car wash. And that's what he says. And I'm like, nice. Put the car through the car wash. I love doing that. You know, comes out squeaky clean. I don't want to do that with you, though, Kyle. I'm just saying, if we were going to go down that road, that's how I would do it. But as a consequence, Spinny McSpinner wings there, we might get a little like, oh, don't stop talk about it. Huh? Wings? How you feeling, buddy?
What?
Excellent. That's exact. Yeah. Shit, man.
That's awesome.
Dude, I'm just blacking out right now.
Ground control to Major Tom. Come on, dude. Stay with us. Don't give up.
You know.
Are you seriously blacking out, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So Robitussin does this?
Yeah, it's called tripping on tussin. That's why they say. That's why they're taking it out of Food Line and shit right now.
That's why you don't drink a whole bottle of it.
There's still some left in the bottom of the bottle.
Five.
Less than half an inch left. Less than half an inch left in the bottle.
I like her. Let's get Wings on. Let's get the girl on the show instead.
Get him for domestic situation.
She's
Nice.
sassy. Let's get her.
Well, if you end up losing connection or blacking out, then we might have to pull in Hutch because apparently he wants to talk, doesn't he?
Yeah, Hutch is coming on. So Hutch doesn't have his headset and stuff. We need to call his phone. So
What? Doesn't have Skype?
he's having Mac issues. He does have Skype, but he doesn't have a mic that he can use. So when the show starts, we're going to call his cell. I have his cell.
He doesn't. He only has like the mic through the Mac or whatever.
Mac issues.
I don't even know if he has
It's
that.
too retarded on a PC. I
Look,
understand.
he wrote me on Skype, said I don't have a mic because I'm having issues. You'll have to call my cell. So I was like, all right, we'll just avoid the whole.
From Machinima Respawn, like being the community manager there, you couldn't get one, or I was just a slight. I'm just kidding.
Look, I don't know, man.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, what are you doing to me here? So, what was I going to say? So I'm going to bring his cell in when the show starts. This is the pre-show. It's about time, actually. We usually start at 10, and we'll bring.
There is no way I'm doing an intro this week.
Hey,
this could be the most. You know what? So here, Painkiller Already can take.
All right, I'll do the intro this week.
All right, Painkiller Already can take 12 hours to upload. It is like a classic.
I'll do the
case.
intro if you don't want to.
I got it.
All right, because I thought it'd be funny to be like, we got Painkiller Already, we Gunns4hire, Woody's gamer tag, and Wings of Redemption, who's dying, and you just be like, hello.
No.
I'm blacking out. Hey, so explain to me this. What's the difference between the pre-show and the real show?
We're not recording this for.
We're not.
for
So
upload on-
there's a different level of exposure. Like 7,000 people will hear this, whereas hundreds of thousands they might hear the other one.
Millions.
And millions. And then there was something else I was gonna say. Yeah, also, informally, it's kind of fallen on me to keep the topics flowing and keep things going well. In the pre-show and post-show, if these guys sit there and just reload their guns for 5 or 10 minutes, I just let that slide. So the podcast is supposed to be the best part of the show, but it, sometimes it works out differently. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah,
We could say different stuff on the
Oh my gosh.
Oh
My
God,
brain is not firing on all eights right now. Come on.
Yeah.
Really? Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, you thought I was pulling your leg and I said I feel bad. Okay.
Nice, dude. Nice.
All right. Start this up.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna bring in Hutch to the call, so that that's not recorded. That slow, ugly process of adding a phone number to the call. So if Hutch happens to be listening,
You got an iPhone?
he can expect
No.
a call soon.
There's a wings word for what wings is. It's called trunched.
Trunched?
Trunched.
The hell does that mean?
It's a wing.
I trunched. He got trunched up.
Oh yeah, no more road touching for you.
You are cut off.
Somebody mic her up.
Oh, wow. Trust is my word now. That is the word I created a long time ago in high school. It means to destroy with no chance of recovery. Kind of like annihilation and catastrophe.
So you're hearing Hutch now.
Me so horny.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Hey, Hutch. So before we get going, you're live streaming right now. There's like 7,000, 8,000 people on the thing. So
hello, people. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the audio terrible?
Audio is terrible.
yeah, I mean, we'll work with it, right? You know, that's
Yeah,
just cell phone audio. It's not as good as the other, but we'll work with it. I can hear what you're saying. I can make out all your words. But
Telephone companies take notes.
yeah, but
Hey,
just,
I'm your biggest fan.
Style.
so I take this level of exposure stuff seriously. You heard that you're live streaming right now.
Yeah, no, that's fucking good. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah. Right. You guys
So
don't
be dropping
know.
no N-bombs.
Hutch drops the N-bomb every other word in private.
I imagine him coming in here
Racist.
I imagine him coming in here like, look, you cocksuckers.
No, these are the situations where I would enter a chat room and be like, "You guys told me here about Jack 23," and then and then someone tells me 5 minutes later that they're live streaming. So
Yeah, exactly.
no, it's good. It's good.
I just imagine you coming in and be like, you hear about Jake's 23? Yeah, I've shown my cock to so many other underage girls. I always get off. They've never been caught.
Are you talking about me or are you talking about yourself right now?
Well, I mean, when you
Pick 'em
combine
at
our
this
numbers
point.
together, we are all-time grand champion.
You know, I'm fucked up on Robotus, and even I remember that snow cone you talked about.
No, I'm smart enough. I'm smart enough to ask for ID at all times in all situations.
Yeah.
You ever ID your own bartender? I have.
No, I can't say that I have.
Don't
Yeah,
they have
I wanna
to
know
be
for sure.
18? What the hell's wrong with Georgia?
That's like a pickup line, I think.
I've been served
Well,
alcohol by children.
Has anyone in here actually never done a dick pic before?
A what?
He's asking if any of us have never sent a picture of our penis to a person before.
Yeah, that's
Snapfield chap.
dude. I've never taken. Why? I look at it all the time. Who am I going to send it to?
Well, I'll go ahead and throw this out there. I got no problem sending some penis pictures. I have done it. I have done it before, and I will do it again.
Yeah, but who are you sending them to? I can honestly say I've never sent one. Not that I think there's anything.
I send them to whoever wants to take a look. God damn it! You want?
Now let me ask you this, Kyle. Have you ever took a
this
dick pic?
recording going? Can we start?
Have you
the
ever took a dick
podcast?
pic, Kyle, and you flip it through your phone, and you're trying to show somebody else something in your phone, and you flip across the penis?
Oh yeah, of course. Like there's a
This should be
picture of
part
my
of
penis
the
on my
show.
phone right now. It's ready. It's like a really good one. Like I got a good angle, and it's like giving me like at least an extra half inch or something. And I'm like,
is it sandwiched between the Camaro and like your new watch?
yeah. Like I managed to get my like expensive watch and the Camaro emblem on my car in there, and it's like triple effect. It's
So
like
Kyle, the stream doesn't have any video right now, but I'm getting this idea. Can you help?
Oh my
No,
God.
the way I feel about that whole JX23 thing, and we've been through it several times. It's the internet and it's kids, but if it had been me, I'd have said exactly what I just said to you guys. And it's an underage girl, so that's a little bit different by our standards. But if it had been like, I'd sent to an 18-year-old and everybody was making fun of me, I'd be like, look,
Yeah.
that's a big dick. You see that? You wish you had. If you want some other angles on that, maybe you want a different setting, some lighting effects, you let me know. Send me your number because I'll send them out all day. Here's a link. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you can see it if you want to see it. I'm not ashamed of my penis. The only people who are laughing at that guy are ashamed of their own penises.
It was all about the age of the girl. And
It was.
There's like this confusion. Like, I at one point thought the girl wasn't actually underage because there's a YouTuber who posted the videos and she's, like an adult, a young adult. But I guess the other person in the Skype call was young. I don't know, but I feel more or less uninformed, so I just hushed up.
Well,
on the topic.
how old was she?
We're
I
not
don't-
precisely
I'm not
sure.
that
There's a
informed,
possibility
yeah.
it's 15 or 16 at the time of the act, and we don't know exactly which one. In either case, it's just a bit. But even if 15 is
Creepy.
there, it's a little odd because he's older than I am. He's 26.
Well, where's he from?
UK.
UK. Well, I know in Canada for a fact, and don't ask me why I know this, but I can actually even give you a link. I know in Canada the statutory age is actually 14 years old, and that is written in the legislation. They can consent at the age of 14 and legally, although what happens usually is the parents get involved and they say, no, you did not give consent because, that's whorish and you're a little slut if you do. So you're going to say that you didn't give consent and then it was rape or whatever.
So I looked into this. In the U.S., it varies by state. 16-ish is kind of normal for consent. In the UK, It's 16 to consent to have sex, but it's 18 to send or receive porn. So, you can't send dick pics to 17-year-olds.
That actually reminds me. Also in the Constitution here in Canada, not only the statutory age of 14, and this is where it gets really messed up, you cannot consent to anal sex, and this is written right in there. You cannot consent to anal sex until you're 18. You can have sex.
Wow.
I'm telling you, dude, it's written right in there.
God.
You can
Really?
consent to sex at 14, but you cannot consent till anal intercourse until you are 18. I'm telling you right now, you can look that shit up on there.
So what's the rusty trombone age in Canada?
When can you teabag someone? When are you allowed to teabag me? I know that's stuff.
Before it's okay to have my chest.
I'm wondering
right.
how do they enforce that law?
Let's start the podcast, guys. We got to get this going. All right, who's going to do the intro?
I'll do it.
All right. No 1, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm the VINILLAS. I'm high as shit. It's PK61.
Sexy vanilla freshness, bringing the rap. Nice. All right. So first, slowly, who are our guests tonight? Guns?
Yeah, Gunns4hire, mainly. I mean, most of the time I'm on the gun shop just doing news lately, but I used to do a lot of gaming videos. But hey, what's going on?
Gunns4hire. And Hutch?
Yeah, my name is Hutch, and I'm the community manager for gaming videos on YouTube.
Oh, I knew you were going to do something like that.
All right. So anyone who's listening to this probably recognizes that Hutch's audio isn't as great as it could have been. What the deal with that is that Hutch is having PC issues, so instead of using Skype like we normally do, we had to Skype his cell phone, and that's why he sounds like he does. So
we should have done it from your private office at Respawn. Don't you have a private office?
No.
Oh yeah, we got a sound booth and like fancy air conditioning and everything. It's way into the future. Let me tell you guys.
You probably do have a sound booth, right? At Machinima, it's a freaking recording.
Oh no,
studio.
yeah. We totally have a sound booth.
And there is air conditioning. Technically, you're not.
But Hutch doesn't work in the sound booth. Hutch works from the skybox.
Right? Actually, yeah. Well, it contributes. I like to feel like I'm above people, so it contributes to that.
Don't sound like that. No.
Oh no! I'm actually just teasing right now. I don't mean any of this seriously whatsoever.
All right.
Hey,
there's almost nothing to talk about this week. It's been so slow.
Yeah. Nothing really controversial.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll bring out the old mermaid thing again.
Yeah.
Hey, Gunns4hire. You fuck a mermaid?
Would I? I don't know how to do that though. I mean, I totally would. I mean,
tell you.
They look pretty hot. I'm just scared. Like on a fish, the scales sometimes kind of can be sharp. I think that get like razor burn or something right on the crotch if I was trying to fit it in there.
Well, let me ask you this, and let's just pretend like she's one of those slimy fish, like an eel.
Nice.
You have two options. She could be fish from the waist down or fish from the waist up. And if she's fish from the waist down, let me just say this: fish from the waist down, you've got Jennifer Love Hewitt's upper half. If it's fish from the waist up, you've got Jessica Alba's ass. I just added that.
Oh.
Let me also put this out there. If you get fish from the waist up, you get 2 double doses of fish on a couple times a month.
Listen, the bottom line is, biologically, I would take fish from the waist down because, first of all, I don't want to stare at any like trout face. That would be I just couldn't do it. It would be rough. And I know if it's fish from the waist down, she's got a working mouth. So I mean, that's right there. I'm golden on that.
You know, there are positions in which her face doesn't matter at all.
Yes, there are.
I guess so.
Woody has been in situations in the earlier years of his life where knowing such things is very important.
And the other thing to keep in mind, fish from the waist up, not one option, but two options. Fish from the waist down, mouth only.
Hey, there's three options if it's the right kind of fish. One of those toothless fish. Let's do this. What do you know by that? I figured like me and the other two dudes who have ever answered that question with like fish from the waist up, we gangbang that fish mermaid whore. You lay it down, and I want the mouth. Yeah, me, Harley from Epic Mealtime, and definitely somebody else would be down for it. I guarantee it. We'll split a fish whore.
Man, topics like this are exactly the reason.
Would you put bacon on her?
I'd put bacon in her asshole and fuck it. I don't give a shit. Oh, that was over the top, wasn't it? Everybody got quiet.
We're like, oh, where is this guy? You can hear Hutch is like, I'm not getting involved. As the community manager, like 2 cents in there.
You know, one topic that we have to talk about, and it was one of the things requested on my Facebook page, and it's been hot lately, is the N-word. We need to discuss it. And before we get into that in particular, I feel like I have been called out for not calling out people enough. And it's like, really? Like, how big a jerk? I don't like. So a couple of guys in the community have dropped the N-bomb, right? Some did it in the like towards a black person in a negative way, and some did it like as a synonym for friend. And you know, I watched 2 videos today that were like, Woody's gamertag hasn't said anything about this. And I'm like, wow. First of all, one of them was on like this channel I'd never heard of. It was like Battle Cambodia or something like that. I hadn't seen the video. I didn't know what he was talking about. And I've seen it since then, by the way. And
you didn't
it was
see
like
this obscure random video?
Yeah, on a
bastard.
channel with like I don't know how many subs he has, but the channel escaped my notice all this time. I think it's in the Battle Cam community and not so much in the Call of Duty community. But so like I just feel like I'm under such a microscope of looking for perfection that I cannot. It's a standard that nobody could possibly meet, and to have to be mad at me for not being mad at other people for videos I hadn't seen. Just guys. I'm like, if you're gonna look for flaws in me, you're gonna find them all the time.
Yeah.
Just a guy.
The thing about the way I feel about the whole N-bomb and we've discussed it before. It's simply an issue of don't say it. You just don't say it. And the thing about it is, and this has come up in discussions about the word, if you pronounce the R, and especially if you pronounce it strongly, the one on the end, obviously, because there aren't any others, it sounds really racist. Now, I have said before. I've said it on the podcast before, in a joking manner. And I've heard Hutch say it too. I've seen Hutch say it, and the way with the on the end. That's much more acceptable than someone saying the
You know why this is
I feel like we're kind of dancing. If you're going to talk about the word, you can say the word.
No, I'm not fucking saying it.
You know why I'm not saying it? Here, dude, Hutch, I was just about to cover that. So Kyle and I talked about this once in private. Now, I had no idea that using the R or not changes the tone of the word dramatically. Like, in my head, not using the R was just a little more street. Like, I didn't realize it was actually less offensive. And so Kyle is like, look, if you don't use the R, it's cool. I'm like, oh, so I can say, I'll try it, like nigga. And he's like, no, you use the R. I'm like, I'm not trying. Back it up. I'm not trying to. And then I tried it again. He's like, you still use the R. You can't let it go. And I'm like, I'm just staying away. Like, I want to touch I don't.
It's your inner racist that just can't let go of that R. I just,
That's what it is. It's my inner racist.
And the thing about like saying it, honestly, we're on the internet. And people you see the way people will like steal your audio clips and your video clips and make you into saying something that you weren't even saying at all. Like somebody could say like, look how many times this guy drops the N-bomb in his podcast. Bam, 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 bam. Just one after the other. Like, no.
Well, I said the same thing that actually Hutch said on his Twitter too. And it's the same thing. It's all and see this, Hutch, I'm actually supporting you in something you said. Isn't that strange? But basically, he said it's all in the context in which you say it. I mean, if it's not meant that way, like X-Jaws is getting reamed. I saw his latest video, the one I think he put out today. He's getting hammered with dislikes.
All right, so let me cover that.
Can I say something here?
Yes, wings. Robitussin us.
Bring it. Bring us your robo wisdom.
All right. I want to say words only have as much power as you're willing to give them. I find that more white people are offended by the word nigger than black people in general. I generally
You
go up
said
around
DR.
the whole. Yeah, I said DR. I mean, I've said the word before. I'm not some superhuman.
No.
I grew up around in a predominantly black area, and I got attuned to saying it because where I was from, it was cool. It was like meant friend. You like, what's up, nigga? That kind of deal. But words only have as much power as you say it. Just because you say a word like nigger does not mean you're racist. You know what's racist?
Yeah.
Just beating somebody in the field and telling them that you're better than them because you're white. That's racist.
Yeah.
Using a word that you give somebody power is not racism. That's a reflection of racism.
Just to piggyback off of what Wing said a minute ago about this whole issue as well, is the fact that like people get sheepish when Wings said the word right now. When we're talking about a word, nigga, we're talking about it objectively in the nature of the word.
You notice when
And
you say the
people
R.
get so sensitive about it that he can't even say it in that context when it's so clear that he's not saying it in a racist context. See, people stop being so sheepish about the word, and that's one of the reasons why Dave Chappelle did as well as he did. He took really uncomfortable issues and made them super public and made everybody more comfortable about it.
But that sheepishness as well.
I still think.
Oh, I thought I caught a break to jump in. I did.
No, you did. Go ahead.
All right. So that sheepishness is well deserved, and I'll say why. So X-Jaws walked into the billionaire draft, and he was a little bit later than everyone else. And when he joined, he said, "What's up, my niggas?" with no R, using that word as a synonym for friend. And
clearly, you could tell.
Yeah, it was like it was not a racist intent, right? It was a synonym for friend. That's what he was going on, and he's getting blasted for it. And he's getting blasted as if he was racist, and that's off target. And that's why I just stay away from the word. That's why, it scares me to death. It's not in my everyday vocabulary. I want to keep it that way.
Exactly. When you have a public image to protect, and you have, your public image is a big part of your income, then it's just smart to stay away from controversial
You guys
subjects
want to get a
like
black
that.
guy's opinion on this?
Well, I mean, it really depends on the black guy you get. We get Hard 8 times in here, and he would scream about it the whole time.
No.
Because he's incredibly offended by it,
wants to
apparently.
jump in.
Big Stacks, man, he's cool.
Yeah, sure.
He's one of the good ones.
But
look at someone like Bill Cosby.
So
You guys look at people like Bill Cosby. They're
topic.
completely against it. He doesn't even like any black person using it at all.
Right.
I will say this though about the Hard 8 times video. I found it really interesting in Hard 8 times video where he's blasting people for using the N-bomb. He said the word faggot 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the word faggot 3 times and talked about intolerant motherfuckers. And yeah, I just thought that was so just. I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't take him seriously at that point.
I encountered the same situation like a few months back when I posted a video with these two guys getting in an argument or whatever, and there was backlash about that because some people in this crowd were complaining that I wasn't moderating the comments or disabling the comments or taking the video down.
Whoa. When you say this crowd, I don't think you mean on the phone here.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
No.
We were completely supporting you.
No.
Right.
No, I'm making a very general statement when I say this crowd. There was a few people in the community, people that make video content. Yeah. And some of them actually, I encountered the same thing. You go through their videos and they'd say the word faggot numerous times, and it just made me crack up every time because you can't be hardline about prejudice. You have to be hardline about that as well. It's just such a blatant contradiction.
Well, it's hypocritical of them to do that.
I love when they're like, he's like, look at all these ignorant faggots out there using these terrible words.
Yeah, faggot, won't you suck my dick?
Yeah, but guys, you have to remember that word is still sensitive to a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
So
Now we're
just one
not
moment.
comparing the two. I think there's we are at the point, but I understand that the N word affects people much more strongly than
I just want to jump in.
faggot.
OnSlide always tells me that I do this wrong.
I was just
Everybody,
saying
this
if
is
you're gonna have a
Big
conversation
Snacks.
where you talk about the N word, you can't be saying faggot the whole time and be taken seriously.
So Big
But
Snacks, welcome to the show. God damn it! Would you fucking give me? I'm trying to find a moment. Give me a moment to introduce our guest.
I'm back in here. It's go time.
This is Big Snacks. Welcome to the show. Now everyone will know who he is as he talks.
Thanks, man. But yeah, man, that word affects people in numerous ways. You know, I know people say you can use that word with the ER or the GA, and there's a difference. True, there's a difference, but it all depends on which region of the world you're in. You know, here in the South, where I'm from and where Wings is at, it really makes no difference, especially in the state that I'm in. You know, I'm in Alabama, so here, if you use that word, regardless, if you're not black, somebody's ass is getting whooped. It's just, you know, and just like I said in my video toward X-Jaws, it wasn't that I was blasting him. You know, I was like, you should use what you say. You should not say that word in the text. Even in the text that he used it, he was speaking to him as a friend. I understood that, but you got to remember, he is a very, very well-known dude in the community that we're in. You know,
I thought you were going to say very, very white.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you call him a white boy.
He is very white.
But no, but I'm saying though, if those kids, y'all know the bullshit that goes on Xbox Live and PSN, and those little kids think that's okay to say. And you know, sometimes they'll take it way too far, and you take it from Xbox Live to out in the real world, and it's just not gonna fly. You know, somebody's gonna get their head pushed in, and then somebody's gonna go to jail. Either way it goes, it's gonna affect somebody the wrong way. And it's best just to stay away from it. Go ahead.
If I jump in real quick? Yeah, well, I mean, I was just about to ask, like, did anybody who's in this podcast right now, when they heard X-Jaws say that word, did anybody actually think to themselves, oh my God, Sam is a racist person? Or did everybody have a similar response that I did, where it's like, okay, he's saying what's up to his friends. Maybe he didn't realize they were streaming. Probably not the best idea to say it, but, you know.
That was exactly my response.
I thought he was fucked up, intoxicated.
Yeah, but being in the light that he's in, he has to realize that even though he's still a kid, he has to realize that the amount of people that do and try to emulate what he does, he has an effect on all those kids. You talking about 100,000 people that were listening to that stream. He knew they were streaming. You know, he was trying to be cool, and he might have been fucked up, but you always have to remember that no matter what you do, somebody's always watching.
You hear that, Hutch? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you hear that?
Whose parents are letting their kids watch that stream to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, clearly that stream was not intended for kids, but kids.
Same parents that let them play Call of Duty rated 18, play zombies.
I think I'm the only parent
exactly.
here.
Like, those kids,
Millions.
Kids are in an environment where they're clearly like, that's not their targeted demographic, although you know, they're inevitably going to watch it. Just because the fact that there are kids watching, like, you can't level that responsibility on X-Jaws, who's 17 years old. Like, of course he's not going to know how to be, like, the best role model. He's not fully there yet. He's not an adult. You know
No. But you don't get off that easy. X-Jaws, I'm sure he's smart enough to know better.
No, I'm contending, like, okay, common sense-wise, yeah, it's like, obviously, you're going to stir the pot when you do something like that, but my personal opinion is that I wasn't offended by it. I don't think he had anything to apologize for. I appreciate cultural sensitivities, and I'm glad you brought up the fact that different states might as well be different countries. California and Alabama couldn't be more different, and the attitude towards that word in California is very not the same. It's not treated in the same way whatsoever. It's a light word here. It's an everyday word where I come from.
Right, and I understand that. Just like I said in my video today, I wasn't raised in Alabama. I'm from Alabama. I am initially a military brat. I've lived all around this world. You know, I've dealt with all kind of people. I've dealt with different races my entire life. So I don't care what color or creed you are. You good with me. You know, but you know, being being in the state that I'm in now, I have to explain to a lot of kids all the time that you just can't throw that word around loosely, because my kids live in a mixed neighborhood, but yet and still, we live in a mixed neighborhood, but yet and still, we still get looked upon as if we're not supposed to be here. And I have to do a lot of explaining on a daily basis to get my kids to understand, And these are not people of my generation. These are people of older age and in a different generation. They're still
be nice. Don't be ageist.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
be ageist. You're a jackass.
It's a generational thing. Our generation is coming along to learn that it's okay to mix races and even genders, but the older generation, they're not going to let that go. And
we're not that far from that point in history, right? Where it still stings, where it still could have a sting.
Right.
A sting on and a reflection on what was the past, and not really that far off. I mean, Martin Luther King and all that shit. I mean, a lot of us, we are aware of that in history. A lot of the young ones, they don't know any of that stuff, man. They don't know any of that. It doesn't really affect them. They see rap videos and everything, and they think whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. But the older generation, the more mature, it's almost like confusing to us whether or not we can accept it, because the younger generation are embracing it and using it loosely, whereas we look back and say, damn, it has a really bad, connection to it. Right. What, are you seriously bringing in Keeps?
Yeah. So Keemstar is the I wasn't going to bring up Keemstar specifically, but he actually sent me a text message.
Guys, just bear with me 1 minute. I got to turn the volume down on this.
You said you were ready. You said you were ready. I said, "Are you ready?" He said, "I'm ready." All right, I'm going to mute him for a little bit here.
Sure.
Well, we got ourselves a nice little clusterfuck on.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like
But we're going to reduce the guests to 4, I think, at some point in here. But all right, so let me give a background while Keemstar is getting ready. Keemstar is on Battlecam. Battlecam is this environment where people like yell back and forth at each other. Well, sometimes they do crazy stunts. Sometimes they kind of have arguments, and there's this like-dislike thing. And while you're doing well, while you're entertaining, whatever that version of entertaining might be, it might be insulting someone, it might be being funny, it might be doing something physically crazy. Dan, you got to mute yourself. You're ruining this. Stop it.
I don't
know what you're doing, dragging shit around. This is my podcast. I'm going to kick you off.
I just want to say that I'm just sitting here wondering why things are being like this.
So,
I brought Big Snacks in because he was black.
So anyway, he was in this thing.
I just want to go away now.
So he was in this on Battlecam, and in there they yell at each other and whatever. And if I have the backstory right, I don't even know. I've only seen a video or two. There was an admin who was like repeatedly booting him, and then it got him really upset, and he dropped the M-bomb repeatedly because he was so mad at the admin, and I think the admin was black. So, Keem, are you ready to do your thing yet?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. So, I mean, you basically described it very, very well. But I think what a lot of people are forgetting is me on the internet is completely different than a lot of commentators. FAG is us group of guys out trolling people and making them mad. And it was very easy for me to move into this website, Battlecam, where we're starting to talk smash or crap back and forth to each other. But I basically, as a group, we decided to use racism as our weapon to troll this guy. And this video has been out for forever. It's been out.
Did we lose Keemstar?
Keemstar. I think we should be talking about Somalian pirate.
All right.
What they don't understand is, Robot is black, $2 is Asian, and Duranker's half Hispanic, and I'm white, and we make up FAG and we troll everyone. There's tons of our videos that are up where racism comes in and it's used as to make people mad. No one is truly racist. We're just trolls.
True, but your trolling affects people in a negative light. So Why the hell would you even do that shit?
You know, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but my goal is to hurt your feelings and to get a reaction from you. So
I know that because
like
you built your reputation upon being an ass your whole entire career. I can understand that, and I can appreciate you trying to be a shock jock. But some shit just don't need to be said.
Well, I think the most important thing is to know is that there's no hatred in my heart. There's no hatred in my heart, and you know, I don't hate any race. And I want to make sure if there's any fans of mine that are out there watching that are black that think that I don't like you, that's not true. That's not true. If you came across this video and you're like, oh, Keemstar hates me because of my race, that is simply not true.
You would hire them in an instant, right?
For what?
Just
get a black baby in here so I can kiss it? I'm confused. What are you saying?
I think it was a joke that didn't work out.
To go down there. I stopped it midway. I was like, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. You know what? Hard 8 Times is going to yell at me for whatever joke you didn't complete. That's how this is going to go down. It always does. It always does.
Looking back going, not doing it.
Nah, I ignored that guy a long time ago.
You guys want to move off the race topic?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off, guys. Thank you for letting me defend my position. And again, if anyone is really, really offended, you know, I'm sorry. What can I say? That was my goal in the beginning.
Let me say this in Keemstar's defense. Somebody linked me that video.
I just have a little word that I'd like to just drop in. This is horrible David. I am half black, and Keemstar is my bitch.
all right. On that note, let's Big Snacks, Keemstar, thanks for coming on.
See you guys.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Yeah. All right. On the closing on that topic, I'm saying Keemstar's defense. I seen that video and it didn't affect me at all because I'm like, well, that's DJ Keemstar. He's trying to get a rise out of somebody.
By the way, our next guest is Satan.
You know what? A similar thing happened. El Prez put up a video saying that bumping was terrible, and then he started bumping it. And it's just like,
I think it's doing it kind of. I saw your tweet on that. I actually did find that funny too.
I found it funny too. It was like, a lot of guys they take what he's saying really seriously, and it's like you shouldn't because he's not. He's just out there doing his brand of troll entertainment. And,
I think he's going to be attacking me soon. Actually, I think he said he was going to be doing a video on some sort of response soon, but.
Really?
I'm looking forward to. Actually, even Fisticuffs told me he was going to do it. He's like, dude, don't take him seriously. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? When El Presidor goes on his rampage,
sometimes just that's what happens.
Some channels are built on trolling other ones, and that's one of them. That's what they do. All right, I'm going to let Kyle pick the next topic. Are we going to talk about the gunshot video?
All right,
or you have choices.
I got some. Okay.
I wanted to talk about that tourists can now pay to be on luxury yachts and go off the coast of Africa and be bait for Somalian pirates, but they are armed with heavy artillery. So it's like a trick.
Well,
so they wait for the pirates to attack them, and then all the supposed tourists pull out fucking like heavy artillery machine guns.
But you know what? I think that's
heavy artillery, like fucking anti-airplane guns and shit.
Yeah, they're pulling out 20mm machine guns and like fucking Ma Deuces and shit.
They got motherfucking cranks and shit on it with big old.
Yeah, like they're basically the idea is basically to discourage the piracy in that area, and like they found a way to actually make money at it as well. So like you can pay and go on this like vacation where you may get into a gunfight.
No, dude. There was something like that a while ago, and that was turned out to be a bullshit thing that they were talking about. It was like this actually, the same thing happened probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. They had the same, exactly what you're talking about. They talked about this where you could pay, you could choose your weapons. I went on there, not that I was going to do it, but I went on there to say, take a look at it and go, wow, like that's messed up. But it turned out that particular one was bullcrap, and it seems to be one of these things that are rehashing. Because I heard the same thing. They had prices of RPG rockets, and they said,
that's bullshit. They're not gonna have RPG rockets. I know the guy who's doing it though. Like I know for sure that they are doing it. Yes, I know the person who's like setting up one legitimately because he's somebody who got me a weapon recently. They were talking about making it really expensive because the insurance and everything was going to be a huge liability.
Would they change vacation for advertising? Because this sounds cool.
Yeah,
I know, right?
dangerous, dude.
Who
Cool.
wants to watch me kill a pirate on my channel?
I'll watch you guys, but I ain't doing it. I'll tell you
They're
that.
like,
I
it's
would.
your boy, Wings of Redemption, and we have a pirate ship coming in us right now. AA gun time.
That's heavily armed, and that is not something that I would, you know.
Dude, wait. It's just occurring to me, right? Like Wings, Kyle, and I, like I don't pretend to be a gun nut on their level, but we'd be into this, right? Maybe we have a PKA sponsor. You'd be
Gangsta. You were gangsta.
We have a new sponsor for Painkiller Already, right? We have for the next 6 weeks. If they let us go on this thing, I'll be like brought to you by piratehunting.com or whoever the heck they are.
Dude,
technically, 200 miles of any coast is there's no country.
International waters.
Like, yeah, international waters. So you can do whatever the hell you want and not be subject to a particular nation's.
Yeah, but if a ship captain takes you on and brings you back in pieces after a Somali pirate chops you to shreds, there could be legal ramifications after that, right? For like negligence.
Yeah.
Like, why did you allow my 18-year-old son to go with you and get chopped up by Somali pirates?
Yeah.
Look here. I don't care what a fucking Somali pirate has. If you have a couple boats with a couple AA guns on it, he ain't doing shit to you.
Of course not. That's why they go after like shipping lanes and luxury yachts and stuff like
AA
that.
AA gun will tear a fucking pirate ship to pieces in like fucking minutes.
Yeah, I think I've brought this up before.
You're telling me how that works out.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Before, but I wish the Somali pirates had a sense of humor and came out on like old school sailboats and wore like the pirate gear, had parrots, penguins, and like they got on a loud people like yar.
Oh my god, you're messed up.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just about okay, they got some AK-47s and shit. You have a 20mm machine gun. You're fucking their world up.
Yeah.
20, 150, right, Kyle? That's how we roll.
I'm getting a 105, yeah.
Is that what it is, a 105?
105, it's a howitzer. It's,
Dude, I'm just saying, you'll be shooting at them before they're even in range.
What is that thing that Russia sat on? Was that the 105?
That's a bitch gun compared to a 105 millimeter.
Oh, my bad.
Dude, is Hutch still with us?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah,
and I pointed across my bedroom, by the way.
Do you want to?
Pirates?
I just wasn't sure. He was so quiet. He's like, I'm not talking about pirates.
No, the quality of the phone sucks, so I'm trying to only talk when I should or something. I don't know.
You can't. Is there an issue at hand that we wanted to get to with Hutch? Is there some? Honestly, I don't follow. I try not to follow the silliness that goes on, and that's not me like trying to say like I'm better than it or anything. I just don't like getting involved. And
I can set it up.
Yep, set it up.
All right, here we go. So,
Coliseum.
Gunns4hire has a YouTube channel called The Gun Shop, and by and large, it covers gaming news, right? Like things that he scours all these different websites and sometimes puts two and two together and figures things out. And he uploaded a video a few days ago where he talked about the gaming community, and it sort of broke down into two halves. In the first half, he had this absolutely brilliant analogy with, like, he called the boys being like Wings, Jaws, me, White Boy, Guns, and other guys. As gladiators, which was just awesome. I like being gladiator. And we're out there putting up our videos, competing for the approval of the crowd, right? You know, and around this gladiatorial arena, there are weapons on the ground. And which weapons are okay to use and not okay to use change. It's a moving line that happens all the time. People forget that when giveaways first happened, people loved them. The crowd roared in approval. Yes, we love giveaways. I don't remember if X-Jaws or White Boy was the first in our little community. There was definitely other people who did it outside of our community. And Jaws got a big check, and then all of a sudden he started investing big money into giveaways. He wasn't giving away $20 Xbox cards. He was giving away iPads, I think PS3s, headsets like Beats by Dre, which are apparently really precious. I don't know much about them. But he was giving away like real prizes. And in exchange, people would favorite the video. And the crowd was just roaring with approval. It was this great, great thing. And then it changed. All of a sudden, the crowd said, no, boo, boo. That's not an okay weapon to use, you know, in your little, you know, gladiator, you know, competing for the attention of everybody. And this line moves all the time. And you sit there and you do your very best to be the most entertaining guy, to be the guy that the crowd likes. And that was the first half of the video. the second half of the video, he called out Hutch and Steiners individually and said, you guys, being in this, position, an employee of Machinima, have a heightened responsibility to sort of stay out of this, right? You shouldn't be, attacking your own directors, the people that earn money that make Machinima go round, or at least partly, that you shouldn't be attacking these guys because, you don't like the weapon that they picked up. And that's, did I set it up okay? And we basically describe what we got.
Yeah, I think Hutch didn't want the analogies in there, but
oh, he didn't.
But you set it up.
No, we don't need to be too sensitive about this. Like, it's
no.
fine. I don't have my feelings hurt. I never did, and I'm not feeling standoffish whatsoever. I'm on here because I feel like you and me are adults, so we should be able to have a conversation.
For sure.
And potentially set a good example, that a flame war doesn't have to go on fueled by armies of trolls behind them that inevitably only exacerbate it.
Yeah.
So Hutch, do you think Gunns4hire, so I guess I'll set this up. Hutch, you and I have spoken privately many times, many being like 2 or 3. And
we talk more than that, bro.
Okay, call it under 6-ish. I don't know, something like that. But we've talked privately, and I've basically told Hutch, like, look, man, like, if you see something I do that you don't approve of, you Skype, not Twitter. Because what you do is you unintentionally, I think, send armies of people. You influence them and you set their mind in a given way. When really, like my Homefront review is a safe example, was really meant to be good intentioned. And I knew that anytime you say anything negative about anything, you're going to set yourself up for the people who disagree. If you like something, they love it. If you don't like it, whatever. But I felt obligated to put out how I felt about the game. Now, I should have called it First Impressions instead of review. But if you wanted me to know that, Twitter wasn't the place for it. Skype was.
Wait. Hold on. Are we having a conversation about you and me right now? No. Listen, the last time I came on, I was backed into a corner, and that's not going to happen this time. So
no, look. The reason that was my attempt at full disclosure. That was my attempt to say, I know that we've had the same conversation in private that Gunns just had in public, which is, is it appropriate for guys like you and Steiners to from your elevated position, from you're not in that gladiatorial arena. You're safe. You don't get paid by the views.
But when you set it up like that, you set it up under this. You're setting it up under this pretense that we all agree with guns. Go. So then it's an automatic 4v1 situation. And I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I'm not gonna go down that road. If we want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation.
Hutch,
sorry, that's me being assertive. I'm not pissed. I just want to avoid. I want to avoid being pissed. So I'm being proactive.
In all honesty, Hutch, I do sincerely have an easy way to express this without backing you in the corner and sort of explaining why it is I think that I attacked you. And I think it'll make things a lot easier. In all honesty, I mean, putting my ego aside, because I thought about this a lot, like especially knowing that you were coming on here, and I had to analyze why it is that I did that, why it is that I came down hard on you. And it, whenever you do a video, any video, and even on the news, when I do a video, the second that it's out and I start reading the comments, I'm like, shit, I totally shouldn't have said that, or I totally didn't get my point across, or I should have put it in this context or mentioned this. And sometimes I have to do follow-up videos. And I think the same thing applies here. And I'll, by all means, let you speak first if you want to. But I did sincerely think about this way more, in light of this potential conversation we were going to have. And if I can, I would like to sort of describe it to you what I think best happened in my mind and why all of a sudden I attacked you, like outside of what that video is. But I mean, if you want to share your opinion first, that's cool.
No, you know what? I absolutely believe that you're being sincere when you say that you give it a lot of thought. And I would actually appreciate you going further. That's another sincere statement right there.
Okay. We're being so sincere, and it's so nice. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. I look at it, and this is probably, and I'm going to attack myself on this, being kind of the bald-headed, I say old codger. I'm 36 years old. This is all very new to me. I'm not... I'm not hip. I'm not in, with the young crowd. I'll never probably ever reach the stature that you and C. Nanners ever hit, or a lot of these guys ever did, for that matter. And you know what? I'm not going to say that, oh, you know, I'm cool with that. I understand that. Hell no, I'd love to be as friggin' popular as you and C. Nanners. That would be friggin' beast. But I don't think that I'm in touch with that. So what happens is, I think my outside of the YouTube, it's like I don't understand the YouTube community, and I don't possibly even understand how it works with you and Machinima, or even, and I'm just mentioning this because I'm part of this network now too, even with TGS. I don't really fully understand the crowd. I don't really fully understand how these types of businesses operate and how you're governed under Machinima Respawn, being an employee. So what happens is, I bring my outside life experiences into this, and I'm not by any means condescending to you, saying I'm the wise old man or blah blah blah.
No, I don't. I don't feel condescending.
No. So what happens is, my only work experiences in life is 3 years in the military, where I say yes sir, no sir. You never speak to anyone above, and you know, you follow that line of protocol and rank. Out of that, I did 12 years in insurance, the mega corporate structure of America. You know what I mean? Like, it is the quintessential example of stupid corporate life, and I absolutely, you know, and I'll say this, and I don't swear a lot, you know, in my videos, but I fucking hated it. I ended up getting a minor stroke and had open heart surgery because of working in insurance and stress and shit. But at the same time, what happened was, there was always this, you know, being the baseline employee, always working on the baseline, I would always have supervisors. Now, I'm not saying you're a supervisor, and I'm not saying I said community manager and you were like, hell no, I'm not a community manager. So this is my experience. At 12 years of working as, you know, as a casualty claims adjuster, I always answered to my supervisors, and supervisors are sort of middle management. They don't make key decisions. They just sort of govern packs of people, and they try and, you know, pretend that, not pretend. They want to feel like they're part of the lower crowd. You know what I mean? So,
do you mind if I cut you off real quick and just just ask you a question real quick? So, like, at this point, we've already established that I'm not a supervisor, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I'm just wondering. Yeah, okay.
I don't think you are. In my personal, I heard groans from Woody, but
yeah.
Well, hold on, Woody. You can talk to your boss in a minute, but I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
If I'm your boss, you're fucking fired.
But this is, in all honesty, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I do, at no point do I think you are their supervisor. I don't think, I used community manager only because of the context of how you resonate in the entire gaming community. Whether, you know, it's TGS, Machinima, it doesn't matter. You have a presence in the gaming community. That's all I'm going to say about that. So you have this presence that resonates. When you say something, when you give an opinion, people listen, right? So people are focused in on you, and that's brilliant, and quite frankly, I'm jealous of it. But, you know, I feel like you have the same thing, though. Like, I'm not... I don't think I'm as active as you are, and of course, if I made more videos, like, that's just it, though.
The key to success on YouTube is consistency, and my channel took a backseat when I got the job at Machinima, so I can't be consistent on that channel. You are consistent on your channel. Your channel gets anywhere between 50 and 150 or 200,000 views. I think you underestimate how big of a voice you have.
People don't work. So you have a direct, here's my thing, and this is why I'm saying, like, as I was trying to explain before, supervisors always say, hey, you can talk to me, you can tell me anything that you want. Don't worry about it. Come into my office. If you don't like what I'm doing, it's always open. And I'll tell you right now, never in 12 years does anyone walk into a supervisor's office and tell them what they think, because they know the best.
Right. Okay, but we've already established that I'm not a supervisor. I'm revisiting this, right?
The only reason why I'm using that analogy is to set up the fact that you are in a class above the baseline director, just the general director that has in there, because you work as an employee of Machinima, whether this is true or not. And this is why I'm saying, this is my ignorance. This is how I see it. And if I'm completely off on my rocker, which, you know, we'll let Woody, Kyle, and Wings state their opinion, because, I mean, this is just my opinion. But no, but you gotta let them, because
now we definitely don't want to vote on this one.
No.
Voting would be completely unfair and biased, no matter what.
I'm not going to back him into the corner, but it's important that you give your feeling, whether I'm off my rocker, because if I am, then I'm in complete wrong. I am absolutely in the complete wrong. But you don't have to. You're not managing them. But the fact that you work for the company gives a perception that you have a direct tie, and that if people cross you, even if you're completely open and you want to be completely open, which you always state, and I fully believe you, but that perception from all the other directors is there in such a manner that you are in a higher position of power than any of them, because you have that direct line to Machinima Respawn. I know.
So I see your line of logic, and I see your line of logic, and it's heading towards, because these people perceive me to be in a position of like leadership or supervision or something like that, that they'd be afraid to ever rebut me or publicly say anything that would paint me in a poor light or something like that, because they're afraid they might get fired or something. So let me ask everyone in the room right now: do you guys think that if you say something about me in a negative light, that you're going to get fired? So that's
and that's only half of what could happen. Yeah, so that is one of the risks you run. The other risk that you run.
No, wait, no. I'm asking you if you actually think that you would get fired for saying something that would be in contradiction to something that I said.
Right, let me be more clear. Yes, that is one of the risks I run, but it's even worse than that. The other part of it
I'm not asking if it's a risk. I'm asking if you actually think that you would get fired if you said something bad about me.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
that is one of the things that could happen. The other thing that could happen is Hutch is in this, godlike stature amongst the, the crowd, the fans, etc. That if you disagree with him, you lose, the war of approval that you fight for every day.
Who's that happen to?
Oh God! Well, it doesn't have to happen though, Hutch. That's what I'm saying. And we're not backing you in the corner. Again, it's that perception. It doesn't have to ever happen. And I'm not saying it ever happened in my. What?
But wait, let's not talk about perceptions, and let's talk about what's actually happening. Who's been fired from Machinima for saying something bad about me? I'll answer it for you because it's a rhetorical question. No one has ever been fired for saying something bad about me. If it's ever reached to the point where it's gotten mean-spirited, I reach out to those people personally. I did that with it's not important who I did it with. And every single time it got squashed privately, and that was that. But if you have something to say that's critical of me, but it's not mean, you're not going to get fired. I'm not even going to get mad at you.
But it's not just these guys. The public perceives that as well. The public perceives.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter. Are you kidding me?
How it is.
Saying it doesn't matter.
Well, you're shifting the responsibility of hundreds of thousands of people. You're shifting that on me. I don't want that responsibility. You're handing me that responsibility. It's not my responsibility, and I don't want it.
I know you don't want it, but if the public, if the viewers see that, and not everyone, the directors, depending on their backgrounds, depending on how they see life, they're not all going to perceive you that way. Yeah. Wings doesn't see you that way, but certain people, like and you're going to laugh at this because this is the old working with lawyers in me, but I have, cut and pasted parts of your Twitter on a Word doc to give examples, and it's, like for the public, you responded to one of them saying, "Hi, you're the guy from PKA Stream saying I abuse my power to keep directors down." So
he's in this Justin TV stream right here. I see him. MKA96. There
you see what I'm saying, though? You see what I'm saying? Like if that one person who's vocalizing this saying that you're abusing your power, the fact that he's saying you're abusing your power, he perceives you to actually have that power, whether you think you have it or not.
Wait, he's a mod on Painkiller Already. Do you think that's like a fair and balanced perspective on that?
What do you mean he's a mod? To keep
he's a mod on Painkiller Already. The last time I was on here, I got lampooned for the same thing, even though I've stated many times I don't agree. But he's a mod for this podcast. Do you think he's going to be entirely objective about that?
Oh, I'm not talking.
And furthermore, I'm looking for an example. I'm just looking for an example that you guys can point to where I went out of my way to be mean to someone, or single someone out, or target them in an attempt to make them look bad.
The giveaways.
Yes.
Giveaways. That wasn't something that was limited to. I'm going to say the same thing.
If it's in the same concept.
I'm going to say the same thing that Freddie Wong said when he came on here. You can't level that entire responsibility on me. I wasn't just talking about one person. There were several people on YouTube that were doing it at the time.
But now Machinima is doing the same thing as giveaways.
Well, I'm not going to talk. I mean, like, I don't even feel like now. I feel like you're trying to corner me again. Here, but, I mean, like,
what am I supposed to say to you? Machinima is like has favorite bots out there for their directors.
Woody. That's.
I'm not sure I ever saw a
baseline
video
stuff.
of Machinima Respawn where we said we would give away an Xbox for 10,000 favorites. If you can find one on there.
No, you just say, Machinima, I like this vid, and they give you thousands of likes and favorites, right? That's the new system. I'm not having anything to do with it. People look at me under this microscope of morality. I can't touch that Machinima bot favorite thing.
Well, people opt into that, and on top of that, I'm not going to talk about that. That's not my area. I don't deal in that whatsoever. So I'm not going to speak on behalf of the company if that's not where I work. I'm not qualified to speak about that. So I don't know.
I mean, I was using the giveaway thing, Hutch, as like an example of where your influence came from. That was just one example. You jumped on a bandwagon and painted it in a negative light. Then a lot of other people seen it that look up to you, even though you don't want them to look up to you, and went with the flow and started painting it in a negative light. When it started out as this wonderful thing that was helping the gaming community flourish against people like Sexy
I don't agree
Phil.
with that, though. That's where you and me disagree. I don't agree that it was a wonderful thing that was helping the gaming community flourish. If anything, we got a slap on the wrist. There's a reason why gaming isn't on the front page of YouTube right now. Is because this entire crew were way too much of a liability. Way too much of a liability. They would never put a gaming category on YouTube because our guys are the biggest abusers when it comes to manipulating algorithms or
like Wayne Johnson and Shay Carl isn't.
Whatever.
Sexy Phil does giveaways every Monday.
Like, I mean, I keep a pretty good watch on the top 100 on YouTube, and I would say about 40% of us do it.
Almost all the top 100 partners do it. They miscategorize. They use every weapon we're not allowed to use. We have the tightest reins of everybody on YouTube. And we're limited to one category that can't even get onto the front page. But this isn't what the argument is about. The argument is about how you shed light and paint things in a different way. And because you have such a big influence in the community and so many people look up to you, it goes like that. And a lot of the things you do, I mean, you see Anders, for example.
I saw you make an opinion video on JX23. I mean, are you saying that you're qualified to speak on these issues and I'm not?
No.
As a director, it's a different position, though.
See, I'm a director. See, I do this for a living. You don't. I have to fight for the likes and favorites.
This is my job.
You
get salary.
Favorites
I get based on
depend on your
commission.
salary.
I can't hear you guys. There's too many people talking.
Your paycheck is based on salary. Mine's based off commission. See.
Yeah, but if I was getting 5 views a video, do you think they would keep me employed? No. Like, of course, my life revolves around this. But it's the same thing as you guys. You guys are actually benefit more from this system than I do.
Yeah,
that may be true, but you have. I think again, I'm not going to use the word again, but it seems that everyone thinks that you have more power than they do, even though you're right. I mean, you look at I don't know, even White Boy Nextshaw's channel. I mean, they make a tremendous amount of money, but the people don't see that. The people see you in a different context. They see you as this person and respect.
Wait. So wait. When you made your video, were you were? I felt like that was mainly directed at scene anners, but some of that certainly applied to me, and I want you to know that I picked up on that. I don't feel personally persecuted here or singled out or anything like that. But when you made that video, you did the same thing to me that you were complaining about that I was doing to other people.
But I don't.
It was the exact same thing. You were chastising me for chastising people.
Yeah, but you have different positions. I'm just saying, with respect to the directors, you have a direct influence over the directors that basically, the way I look at it, basically pay your salary. You're there because
I more than make my salary on my. That was the other thing that I took issue with. You made it seem like I was living in luxury off the backs of hundreds of directors.
No. You're living in.
That's simply not the case. I definitely carry my value when it comes to that company.
Oh, we know that. We know. I think what he was trying to say though was that, because you're paid on salary, you don't have as much of an appreciation for what public reputation and having that damage can have on someone else's income.
No. What I was trying to
And
say
what
is,
happens every time I share an opinion? One person who might have liked me up until that point, they find out that I disagree with them on maybe one thing. And we all know that this crowd of people that watch their videos are usually between the age of 15 and 17. So they're not quite on the same level as like maturity. And of course, I'm not like trying to patronize like children that watch our videos. Obviously not my intent. But like when you keep that in mind, how much thought can you actually put into that? I mean, at what point is it your responsibility to say, okay, clearly these people are, some of them are young and impressionable, and they'll go along with what their favorite YouTuber, on YouTube says, and they will flame at the drop of a hat if you say one bad thing about someone. At what point does it stop becoming my responsibility and it starts becoming your responsibility to recognize that fact and deal with it?
Yeah, but all right.
Because I experience the same level of flame or hate as probably.
but your paycheck at the end of the day does not change based on the amount of flamage or trolling you're getting. That's what I'm saying. What you pull home every 2 weeks is not going to change if you get flamed.
No, my job still depends on this. It means the same to me
your
as
job
it does
depends
to you.
on. All right, I mean, we're not talking about. All right, no amount of flame or bullshit is ever going to make our videos go down to 5 views. Same is true for you.
Yeah.
But if we lose 2,000 viewers, that's X amount of dollars. It's not with you.
Right. Wait, say that again, you lost me.
Okay. What I was saying was that we're not insinuating that any amount of flame is ever going to make our views drop to 0 or 5 or 10 or whatever figure you threw out there. But a certain amount of flame can make your views drop by 1,000 per video, 2,000 per video, and you will never see that loss on your end, but we would literally see X amount of dollars lost, especially over the point.
Right, but if that diminished enough, my views would be so poor that I would not be employable. You understand that, right?
But we're not talking about that.
We're
not talking about the scenario of being put out of business. We're talking about the scenario of losing, say, $300 a month, and now I can't have that nicer car, or now I can't take my wife out to dinner.
I'm looking at the wrap up here.
Running out of what's worse, a business going under or losing $300 a month?
I don't think of the bit.
I'm not trying to say that my priority takes that anything takes priority over anything else. I'm just simply trying to say that I'm in the same boat as you guys. And yet
when you talk about a business going under, do you feel? What are you talking about when you talk about a business going under?
I can't remember exactly what you just said a second ago, but you said, a business might go under, but then again, we might lose $300.
No. What I said was, no amount of flame will ever make your videos or Woody's videos drop down to the point where they would be not even worth making anymore, or where you would lose your job.
Right.
No amount of flame would ever do that. However, flame could make either one of your views drop by, say, 10,000 views, which over the course of a year equals a large amount of money, but not in your.
So wait, when Woody made the video, when Woody tweeted about white boy stabbing him in the back, and you don't do that to friends, that wasn't flaming someone.
But he's on the same level. He's a director versus director.
See, Hutch, you're not one of us.
Someone else.
It's commission versus salary, dude.
Yeah, that was two peers.
When you paint us in a bad light, we lose money.
If you're going to draw that hard line of you're not one of us, then I'll draw a hard line and say you don't get to tell me what I can and can't say. I would never do anything to intentionally interrupt any kind of traffic that you guys get on your personal channels. In fact, I think we're harping on this too much, and we're completely negating the fact that who else? I feel like in this community, I feel like I'm one of the guys that's always been on the top when it came to promoting smaller channels. I've gone out of my way to help.
Yeah. We were disputing that. But you were highly respected.
And all that's being disregarded right now. So you
not at all.
You want me to speak up in a positive light, but you don't want me to speak up as something potentially might make you look bad.
That's exactly what I would expect from my manager too, right? I would expect private criticism and.
So you don't get to expect that from me.
From my manager, I would expect private criticism and public praise.
World works out of YouTube. That's why I'm saying.
Okay,
that's why
you have a substantial viewership on this podcast. So let me take this opportunity right now to publicly clear it up. I'm not your guy's boss. I'm not the director's boss. I'm no one's boss. So now that it's cleared up, we can move on.
It doesn't make you. You're
Right?
still the
I
most
mean, if
powerful
we're
guy
talking
on the
about what the
call.
public thinks, I'm just going to clear it up right now and say I'm not your boss and I can't fire you. So now I'm going to ask that you guys don't ever tell me when I can and can't talk.
See, that's the thing.
That
right?
doesn't resonate in the real world, though, dude. That's not how business and other corporations and businesses work.
Let me try to explain this. I'm going to use the JX23 thing that Hutch said. I mean, we're beating a dead horse at this point, but when I commented on JX23, yes, Hutch has the same right as me to make a comment about a situation on JX23. But when I do it, I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk with my channel. There could be a backlash or people could love it. I could either gain 10,000 views or I could lose 10,000 views. When Hutch does it, he gets the same paycheck at the end of the week. So what we're trying to say is be a part of the winning team and just don't say anything about it. That way you can't paint us in a bad light and make my 10,000 views go to negative 30,000 views.
You guys say, I've heard you guys say, like, I don't know about Kyle usually stays out of it, but I've heard, and Guns, I'm not too familiar with you, so I'm not going to comment on you or make any assumptions, but I've seen both Woody, you, and Wings directly call out people and insult people on a level that I've never even done. And yet you're turning around and you're telling me we get to do it, but you don't.
Yeah.
Which is just absurd.
Yeah.
That's just absurd.
No.
That's real life, dude.
Well, I mean, it is.
I mean, they're in the chat.
I'm getting a little saucy right now. I'll cop to it. I'm getting sassy. So I'm going to try to
You like Wings' girlfriend. She's sassy too. She hears me. What was I gonna say?
All right, look, here's the way I see it. If I know that, and I spend 10 minutes every time I tweet or Facebook, I literally spend 5 or 6 minutes thinking about any way it could be looked at in a weird angle, and so I'm really careful about what I tweet, and I often see things that go on, not just on YouTube, but in politics, in the world, everywhere, that I don't like, that really make me mad. But literally the reason that I don't throw it out there is because I think to myself, at the end of the day, that's going to hurt that guy. Why would I want to do that? That's my opinion. Maybe I should just go tell my buddies in real life about that rather than tell my 65,000 Twitter followers or my 160,000 Facebook followers, because I know what they're going to take from it, because their ages, range wildly from 13 to 60. That core group that's down there, like 17 to 25, they're going to go hardcore after this guy and be like, yeah, he said you're a cocksucker, so I guess you are. Unsub. Yeah. If he doesn't like you, I don't like you. I know that, like, that guy, as much as I don't like that little maneuver he made over there, I don't want to hurt his income.
But that's your isolationist philosophy, which has its own merit, and I fully support, just the same as I would if someone wanted to exercise judgment, if they wanted.
Yeah.
And that is talking about. I get the isolationist approach, and I'm cool with that. But you're an adult, and you get to make that choice for yourself.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, you and I, about how I like this. Like, literally, that's my thing, and I use this metaphor all the time. I like to stay in my corner of YouTube and do my thing. And if I see good content out there, I favorite it, I'll tweet it out. But I will never say anything negative. Like, through the whole, when White Boy and Alec and Woody were having their thing, I'm like, I'm out of this. When I saw Trout going off, I'm like, I'm out of this. I'm like, I want nothing to do with this. Like, in no way can this be good for me, and no way can it be good for any of them. I'm just going to shut my mouth and walk away from this.
So I'm going to talk about they hated on White Boy 7th Street, and you liked it, and it got a lot more traffic than it would have otherwise because you shared your activity. You think that was okay?
You directly called out White Boy, so, like, why are you bringing that up when you did something that was a lot more direct than what I did?
I hear you with the ad hominem thing,
on a human
but
level,
I'm his peer.
Take away all titles. Let's just talk about it on a human level.
It's all about the titles. Yeah, no. Here, I'll say this. I'll do this. I'll agree with you in a way. If you were also a director in the community, then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
No, not at all.
Well, I mean, here we are. So we work with what we're given, right?
Yeah. So you're saying, like, hey, Woody, I'm the same as you, and everyone's like, no, dude. Everyone understands that you're at Machinima. You represent this, trio of rulers over the community. You've seen Anders and Sark, and when shucks, I haven't talked about CNNs, but when he uploads a video saying, I'm ashamed to be a part of this, you guys are all a bunch of view whores, while he sits back and collects his cushy weekly paycheck, it's like, hush up, man.
The view whore thing, that's like saying...
I'm not going to speak on behalf of CNNers.
Yeah, absolutely not. We don't expect you to, but just like a basic commentary on that issue from my point of view is, that's like, and I'm from the car business, that's my background. That would be like if, say, I was in the sales department for a while, and there was a business development part of the company who didn't get paid on commission. That would be like if someone in business development...
are we making comparisons again?
Yes. I love analogies. That's what I do. That's what I do.
I really don't like your analogies at all. And I've thought about the Robert Bowling one a little bit more, actually.
Oh, that's not mine. That's not my analogy. That's Woody's. Woody's analogies are much worse than mine. This is a good one.
Let's stop making analogies, because I don't feel like they're ever really on the mark. So just talk to me about what's actually happening right now.
All right, well, I'll say this. All right, I'll say this then.
I feel like allowing someone to talk.
I feel like that views are what makes the company that we all work for be a company. Without views, we're not a company. We're not profitable. All of us are out of a job. So to say that, to describe someone who wants as many views as possible, in other words, to make their company as good as possible, a view whore, which is obviously a negative term, is insanity. That's like saying that guy. And I'm going to do the analogy, but you can't stop me. That's like saying that guy over there who's trying really hard to sell 20 cars is a sales whore. We don't like him, even though he's on the sales team.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me counter that by saying, how is your channel doing right now?
I'm doing all right,
Okay, Woody, how's
you asshole
channel right now?
It's been pretty good. I'm the center of the center of everyone's conversation. They meant to hurt me, and it's never been better.
Mine's not doing that well.
Your channel's good. Now, Wings, your channel's good too, right?
Yep.
Not me.
You're doing pretty good. Okay, so if what you guys are saying are correct, that anytime I say something negative about anyone, it has the potential to destroy their channel or diminish their views or something like that.
We know you can't destroy it.
Or just diminish their views, and yet here you all stand, and you're all doing just fine. And I've been critical of...
That's because we're nice. You never went after me. You my man. I was about to say the N-word. I was about to say the N-word. I cut myself off. I was going to say you my main, and then I cut myself off. I'm glad we had this discussion tonight.
Yeah, go for it, man.
No, fuck no.
I dare you. Let's get a new topic.
The point is that I can't think of a single instance where I ever said anything to anyone, and then that channel, just kind of, died away. It's never happened. That's not how it works.
Hutch, let me ask you.
That's never how it works, so why would you expect it to all of a sudden change?
This is a radio show. We've been going around on this for at least 20 minutes now.
It's fun.
I have something else to ask Hutch. All right, Hutch, are you ready for this?
How big is your dick?
No. This won't be easy to answer.
Oh, we know that one.
But here it is, all right? Hutch, you're going to have sex with your sister. That much is set in stone. Would you rather have sex with her when she's like a baby or a toddler and can't remember? Or when she's an adult and everyone will know and she'll be more permanently scarred? Not adult, but say teenager.
What the? Don't answer that.
Let me add in a small addition of this. All right, baby sex, you might kill her. Can he just jerk off the baby? Can he jerk off with the baby?
He doesn't have to completely penetrate.
Dude, who thinks up these questions?
Can he jerk off on his baby sister? Is that okay?
No, dude, that's not sex.
Can't you rub it on her?
He doesn't have to hurt her. That will go that far, but there needs to be sex.
Okay, let's just say, in an alternate universe where baby sex does not injure the toddler, go.
Yeah, go. Come on, Hutch, bring it. Very young girls.
This is the most horrible question I have ever
Welcome to the show, motherfucker.
I know.
Welcome to Painkiller Already, baby.
But I've heard your show before, and none of the questions have been this awful.
This one came from a subscriber. I wrote it down. I was like, this is terrible. I need to use it.
Oh, God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
If I had to have sex with my sister, I'd rather it not be when it would be full-on pedo status. If I absolutely had to have sex with my sister, I would fuck my 16-year-old sister.
All right, well done.
Guns? Up for you guys.
Guns?
Primo. Oh, you're going to make me in?
And I'm going to go ahead and...
Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, thanks for coming on the show.
Yep. Have a nice night.
I'll take my leave now, and once again, as I'm departing here, I can clear up once and for all.
Out
I
there.
can't fire anybody. Does everyone understand that? That's listening to this and that's in this
It's
Skype
gonna
call
be
right
so
now.
funny if Woody
All right.
gets fired tomorrow.
I'm gone.
Well, all right. So now that we're on the same page and we realize I can't fire anyone, we never have to have this conversation again.
You know what's kind of odd?
I
Hutch's
never,
sister's black.
never will ever bring it up ever again.
Have a good night.
Ever.
No, you know what, man? I'm sorry, I'm dragging it out a little bit. I actually did watch your entire video, and I made an effort to listen to it attentively, and I found myself agreeing with a lot of the things that you had to say, which is why when I was watching or listening to it, because it was on the ride home, I wasn't actually watching the video, I wasn't sitting there fuming. I was like, okay, clearly, like, all right, he wants to throw an insult about a 3-room apartment, which I don't have, by the way. I live in a very modest studio in the middle of the fucking ghetto. And we only have one air conditioning unit. But, like, even when I heard all that stuff, I was never really fuming. I just wanted to, like, hear your point of view and see where I can meet you halfway here. But, anyways, all right, I'm going to go, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Gunns4hire. What age will your sister be when you have sex with her?
You know what? She's going to actually be in her 70s because I kind of want to know what it's like to have old people sex.
It's awesome.
So and she'd probably be senile and forget it anyway, so I'm totally safe. And I don't have to dance with the whole pedo type issue. You know what I mean?
No, wait.
It's toddler or 16.
What was your choice?
16.
Okay, well, 16. There's no way I'm doing anything pedo or anything like that. That's.
Oh, wait do you get to me, my friend?
All right, Wings. But
I didn't even with that.
Never.
Oh,
come on. Oh.
I'm not touching this one.
Never.
Not going to happen.
Fine. Wings gives up even though he'll fuck a cow. All right, I want to modify this a bit.
Come on, Kyle, you don't touch this one either. You're from the South.
Look, you cow fucker. And just because you won't fuck your sister doesn't mean I can't. All right. Now, what if I have multiple siblings? Can I involve more of them if I choose?
Yeah, well, I'd like to, so long as you detail their ages.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. You got me, my sister when she was 3, my sister when she was 8, my sister when she was 16, and my sister now. We're surrounded by a group of Greek god figures. They're cast out of bronze. There's camera lights coming from above, but you can't see the camera, so it's confusing, but we don't give a shit. Everything's white, like those scenes in The Matrix when all the guns slide in, and I go, guns. There's lots of guns. But I don't say guns. I say dildos. Lots of dildos. And they slide down, and the crowd is going wild. Hutch is up there in his skybox, and he is happy. All of a sudden, Lou pours from the sky like rain, and we just go at it. There's shit, vomit, blood everywhere, and it's just a 5-way fuck fest, the likes of which the man has never seen before. That is what I would go for.
Did I mention this is rated 18?
Dude, you just noticed that huge pause of silence? That was the most fucked up thing I have ever heard in my life. Some issues, dude.
There's Painkiller Already.
Kyle,
It's like
can I
Tiger
jump in?
Woods.
Kyle, can I get some of that? You got so many girls in there. Come on, this is
And
for
then
one
the
more guy.
dogs come in the room.
Yeah, dude.
Little dogs, no, my friend. Mythical beasts with 3 heads each. They also have 3 cocks.
At some
Each
point
cock
in
is
here,
larger
I'm
than
breaking
the
in
last.
there with Wings' cow on a leash, and it's go time.
The cow's tongue is covered in razor blades, but no one seems to care.
Jesus.
And then the unicorn shows up.
looks like
it
a
doesn't
murder
have a horn
scene.
on its head. No, my friends, it has a 12-inch penis. And it starts headbutting me in the ass as I go down on my 4-year-old sister, while my 8-year-old sister pees on my head, and my current sister dances on top of us all. It doesn't really make any sense how she could dance, but it is in an alternate universe where you can dance on people as they fuck while getting eaten out, while getting fucked in the ass by a unicorn with a cock on its head. And that, my friends, is Painkiller Already.
Would this be a good time to chastise Alfie for having a dildo on his live stream?
Oh,
Yeah, who's
so.
the chastise that guy? I think I'm scarred from this. I don't even know how I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to be dreaming of crazy-ass unicorns.
Dildo heads.
Oh, my God, dude. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
Just imagine that unicorn's like screwing Kyle in the ass. He's like,
And I'm like, fuck yeah!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and the funny part is, like, there's other people listening to this in my house, so I can hear it downstairs, and I had just heard myself, like, it was just, that added to it all. Also, there would be, we would all be on fire. I don't think I mentioned that, because we're in hell.
Kyle, you realize you just probably made an animated adventure,
you didn't even have to say you're in hell.
Dude, when Monster animates this shit, it's gonna be so great. He's gonna have to blur the whole screen out.
Dude. Oh my god.
Is everybody like still in awe by the unicorn fucking, or can we go on to a new topic?
You know, like I'm typically the topic guy, and I don't think I'm firing on all cylinders at this point.
No,
I think we should go out on that one.
It was shock and awe for me. I got Robitussin, just like wings. The room is spinning for me right now.
All right, I'm gonna have to go a little tamer on the next topic we cover. I'm gonna start with guns. All right, listen carefully.
Oh,
this is going to be a lifetime decision. All right. Would you rather be for the rest of your life a mime with no marking whatsoever, so a normal-looking mime, or a normal person permanently tattooed as a clown?
Please repeat that because I was sexting.
Yes, you could be
a mime that looks like a normal person or a normal person that's tattooed like a clown.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy as fuck, man. All right, let me take this one and I'll let you guys go.
Oh my god! Maybe you should go
I'm
last.
not gonna go all crazy with it. We're talking about female in our situation. It's a female mime and a female clown, correct?
No. This is you.
No.
This is the rest of your life.
It's a female. She's a D. Is that right?
So, all right. So if I'm a mime, do I have to keep the makeup on all the time and never speak?
No, that's the thing. As a mime, you get to look like a normal person, but you need to behave like a mime. Or you can.
How
look
often
like
per
a
day do I have to get my mime on?
You're miming all the time.
Yeah, dude. Your new method of communication is miming.
You can't even pick up a phone because you got a mime.
You need to
I can
talk
mime
on your
picking up a
Bluetooth.
phone though. I'm gonna go with the clown tattoo because I think there is an odd community of like tattoo people who would be cool with that, and I'd still get laid. Though as a mime, not only could I not fulfill my current job description, I could also really have a hard time getting laid if I can't talk.
Absolutely, I'm totally down with you. I think if I'm a tattooed clown, then there's this alternate little section of society that I can roll with. I could get my clown on. I could occasionally be funny. It doesn't say anything about wearing the nose, and I think that helps a lot. Also, it doesn't say anything about dressing like a clown. All I need to do is tattoo like a clown.
I joined the circus. Why not? That's what I'm doing. Tattoo clown, joining the circus.
Why not start a crime spree?
Why would you start
exactly
a crime?
what I would do. You know what? I've always had this amazing fantasy of actually being a superpower criminal and really messing things up in the world. And I thought, wow, it wouldn't be awesome to be like a super, you watch all those Heat movies, with, what is it, Robert De Niro, I don't know, Al Pacino, Heat. I always respected the criminals and not the cops. I was like, yeah, get away from them. I would totally be the clown criminal. Why not?
I want to be Pennywise.
I'm
going to get my fucking dentures put in and have the fucking blades.
Yeah, like it from
Pennywise the dancing clown.
Yeah, that's easy.
I would be Pennywise the dancing gangster.
I turn to crime. I get tattooed. The society rejects me, and I mess them up.
If you turn to crime, aren't you the most recognizable criminal ever?
That's right, I am. Everybody knows my ass. And they
no. You see, I run my shop out of a fucking skating ring.
That's a terrible crime strategy.
No.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to be with a traveling circus. When the cops come, you can just be like, dude, that's how I look all the time. You think if I went and robbed a bank, I wouldn't put on another disguise? It's just
or put on foundation so it looks like you got a really bad tan or something.
Oh, that's the way you do it.
See?
That's
you totally look like, hey, I'm just a normal guy.
Joker and Batman.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I'm totally tattooed clown criminal boy.
Guns, you want to rob a bank?
Yeah, let's do it.
Split a hooker after.
But the question is, do you have any? I think my wife is still watching this podcast, so I'm going to say, what are you talking about?
She can join too. Like I'm not opposed.
Oh, that's so nice of you. You're going to throw her in the mix, are you?
I mean, if you want, I don't want her to feel left.
Toss her in the mix.
You got the FPS Cow money.
That's right. We put some unicorns in there, and Bob's your uncle.
All right, here what we got: you, your wife, a hooker, and a unicorn.
Is the hooker addicted to cocaine or not?
Yeah, I picture Guns staying faithful, and Kyle, a hooker, and a unicorn just getting down.
Yeah,
and so Kyle does the unicorn. So Kyle's gonna be with the hooker. The unicorn's gonna do what to Kyle? I got one idea.
Oh my God.
Got that motherfucker. But here's my question: is when you're sitting there watching being faithful to your wife, do you cross your legs or not?
Would you?
What?
All right, you got Kyle fucking the hooker. You got a horse mounting Kyle. You got Gunns4hire sitting in the chair at the hotel room trying to be faithful to his wife. Do you cross your legs or not?
Oh, you're saying, do I put a shine on the big lad? Mm-hmm. That's what you're talking. Well, I don't know. I've never seen that before. Who knows? Maybe it would elicit some sort of arousal. Maybe I'd have to talk to my wife and I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is really messed up. I feel a little tingly downstairs and I'm a little confused at the moment.
Because we probably talked about this before with Dan. Dan's wife was sending nude pictures of herself to another man.
Ooh.
And that was considered cheating. Would watching Kyle fuck a hooker and a unicorn be considered cheating?
Oh, wait, the hooker kind of necessary. Oh, watching. All right,
dude,
I missed it.
If a unicorn in any situation is not cheating, it's like some
that leads into my next question. It's as if you read my mind.
I'm seeing a unicorn and someone getting in the ass, but I see a unicorn, I'm watching this. I don't care what it is. I'm seeing the unicorn.
I don't think watching is cheating, right? So I don't go to strip clubs, but
I
think guys that do, I don't consider them cheaters.
No, I don't go to strip clubs either, but because I'm afraid.
Let me ask this, Woody: if you go to a strip club and you get a champagne room dance, is that cheating?
What's that? I don't even know what it is.
There's no sex in the champagne room, I'm told.
No, where basically it's a private dance where they shake their shit in front of you, and give you the lap dance in private. You don't touch them whatsoever.
So here's the deal: in my family, it is, but that's the kind of borderline thing that like a couple can decide on their own.
Let me say it. So it's perfectly legal to watch with a group of guys. If you watch by yourself, it's cheating.
Well, I don't go to either because, again, kind of like what Woody said, and I'm like ultra conservative. Don't get me wrong, dude. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very conservative. I don't go to strip clubs because I find that to be unfaithful to my wife. Why would I want to look at another scraggly ass whore on the stage when I can be at home at any time? It's not that, I don't want to disclose my sex life with my wife, but ain't nothing wrong here. I mean, whatever we got 3 kids, and hell, if I didn't get the old pipes cleaned up, I'd have the fucking Von Trapp family here by now. You know what I mean?
So
we'd be singing songs and shit. So I don't have ever a need to do that. For me to do that, it's like me saying, you don't do enough for me. I don't find you sexy enough. I need to look at other women. And that's not my style.
I'm coming at it from a different place, though. Like, here's my story.
You're a Mormon?
Long time ago, back when I was like 19, I was at this dance club with my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and in Florida. And and in there they had guys, and they worked for the club, and they held like leaf blowers with toilet paper on them, and it made them like stream across this like sea of people dancing. And these guys were wearing like banana hammock type things, and they were gorgeous. And I saw my wife look at them, and you could read her mind, right? She was she wasn't licking her lips, but she was virtually licking her lips, and it hurt my feelings. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Nothing." But like that experience was like, all right, now I see why this is bad. I see why I shouldn't be at strip clubs, because like that's the same sort of thought process that a guy would have at a strip club.
You lust at someone else.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a spot in my marriage, so that's where that is.
Well, I'll tell you right now, even when my buddies, even if I was just dating back in the day, and I don't care about disclosing this, and maybe it's inappropriate for my younger audience, and I'm not saying for you guys to do this, but when my buddies used to go to the strip club, I honestly stayed, a lot of times I stayed in the car while they were in there for hours, and I would just hotbox the car. I would stay out there and I just smoke weed for hours in the car until they came out. I never went in.
Didn't know what hotboxing was. I figured it was masturbating. I figured you were outside. I'm like, what is hotboxing a car?
No.
Like, I'm not sure the windows are all steaming up, and he's in there like.
No. So I was just sitting there, and I just, even when I was young, I never went in there. I don't know. It's just maybe it was the way I was brought up. I don't know. I have no idea what it was, but I was uncomfortable at a very young age going into strip clubs.
So you became the undisputed king of the parking lot.
Hey, you know what? I was having a great time listening to tunes, listening to Tool and Faith No More, and just having a grand old time.
All right, Gunns. So let's bring this on to the next topic. All right.
Yeah.
Now
it's messed up, isn't it?
No, dude, this isn't messed up at all. Just hear me out. It's been determined that you're going to be unfaithful to your wife, right? This much we've locked in. You're not in a choice here.
All right, I have no choice. Yeah, right.
Are you a worse husband if you have sex with another woman compared to, say, a barnyard animal?
What are you talking about? So, am I a worse husband for having sex with another woman, or going into the barn and ramming a cow?
Yeah, because like in my head, like if you cheat on your wife with a cow, then you're not really replacing your wife. Like you're not saying, "Listen, honey, you're not meeting my needs." This is a whole nother species of animal.
No.
All right, the way I look at it, like this.
Oh,
no! All right, so imagine this from your wife's point of view. If you go out and bang a supermodel, she's like, "Oh, you cheating bastard! Oh, she's fucking smoking hot. I guess that's what it took to make him stray away from me." I can understand that because you always hear, oftentimes, like women who have been cheated on. She's like, "And he did it with that ugly slut." So imagine how she's gonna feel when you fuck Porky the pig.
She's gonna say, "Oh. Well, that's not even in my league. He's not competing with me. He's not saying that I don't meet his needs. He also has some bacon-related needs."
More bacon. More bacon.
No, man, there ain't no way. No way I'm going for the beast. Hey, how come I got to keep answering all these?
I'm answering them too.
Hey,
you're messed up.
Hey, if you guys want to throw a hot dog down the hallway, you guys go right on ahead.
Oh, please, you're Captain Cow lover, right? You're like down cow.
I picked the cow because there was nothing I physically could do to a cow to even know I was back there. And it would kick me in the head, make me retarded.
I watched Dirty Jobs. A guy went shoulder deep on a cow. I'm not even positive which orifice that was, but that was a lot of arm in there.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, Daddy, your ring is hurting me." "That's my watch, bitch."
Oh, Daddy, your relationship with your cow puzzles me.
Yeah, I think it would less psychological damage to my wife if it was just with another woman versus some barnyard animal. Definitely.
I'll have to ask my wife, and that's really what the core of it was. Which one has more psychological damage to your spouse?
I'll ask her too, but she's gonna look at me. She's like, "Are you serious? You didn't answer, did you?"
Let's ask this. I got my significant other right here.
Yeah, ask her. Let's find out.
All right. Would you be more offended if I fucked a cow or a supermodel?
Dude, if you tried to cheat on me, you wouldn't have anything to cheat on me with.
Oh, I heard that.
I heard that too. But look, that's not part of the question. It goes straight to the answer.
It has to be one or the other.
Which one hurts your feelings more, a cow or a supermodel?
So which one hurts your feelings more?
He cheated on you.
Because the other woman. You don't want to.
Why the other woman does?
Yeah. See, she's on my line of thinking.
She's prettier than me.
All right, so what would you do if a guy fucked a cow on you?
I'd be okay with that. You can't beat the shit out of a cow anyway.
So you say you go pick the woman so you can drag her by the hair or the head?
Basically, yeah.
No, wait, what she said was, she said this. She said it would hurt her feelings more if you had sex with another woman because, in this case, a supermodel, that supermodel's prettier than me. And that's exactly what I was thinking, right? Like, along with the bacon-related needs. Like, if you're having sex with a pig, not a person you call a pig, but a little oink, 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 the pig, then, you're just getting your barnyard on.
He's getting more attractive he finds a pig more attractive than her.
Not more attractive,
say that's
also attractive.
I find this cow more attractive than you. This big, giant vag of a cow.
If I turned him gay, that would really upset me too, but...
Oh.
See, I think it's the same line, though.
All right, so if you couldn't hear it in the stream or on the podcast, she said if she had turned him gay, then that would hurt her feelings. But I actually work in a different way in my mind. Like, if my wife cheated on me with a woman, then I wouldn't find it to be, like, in direct competition. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. It wouldn't be a rejection of me so much as it is,
She's rejecting your penis, dude. Don't kid yourself. She's like, I would rather have her tongue than your teeny little ween.
No, like in my mind, yeah. If she went for girls and cheated that way, like somehow it like that's not in direct competition. It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah, but most men like seeing two women together. So.
I wouldn't like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just kidding.
Most men. I'm not
New
saying
question.
all, but
New
most.
question. You have to pick
Oh my
the.
God.
What do you
I'm
think the
already
worst?
nervous.
What do you think the worst thing to have in your hand is while masturbating?
A black mamba.
Oh, you are so wrong, my friend. You are so wrong. Because you could punch that black mamba's head so he couldn't bite you, and you could beat one off real fast with that kind of fear. All right, Wings. What's the worst thing to have in your hand while masturbating?
Gay porn's greatest hits. I don't know.
Close your eyes, dude. Also bad answer. Guns.
A flamethrower
That's not a bad one, actually. Trust me,
because it drips.
it does drip. That's not the only thing, because the worst thing to have in your hand while masturbating is sandpaper.
Oh my God.
I could get
Yeah.
it done.
Really? Really?
God.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
That's a conversation that me and Harley and Muscles Glasses had, and Tyler.
My second answer is gonna be a bobcat.
Yeah. You could get the super fine grit though, man. You could go probably before you got through the first few layers. You go that super ultra fine grit, you're fine. It might almost buff it. It would make it look shiny.
Oh, I'm angling my phone here. There's a whole new wave of sexting coming on right here.
Oh.
Sandpaper masturbation. Coming your way, Kyle.
Hey,
Questions?
we found a snake deep throating a guy, so I'm sure somebody's done this already.
Oh my God.
You guys want another question?
Oh my God. Throw it in the mix. Let's wrap.
All right. This is along the line of the Black Mamba thing. Would you rather be locked in the room with a murderer or a Black Mamba?
How big's the room?
12 by 12.
Black Mamba.
Really?
Absolutely. With the murderer? All right. First of all, we have to nail down a few things. Who did he murder? Did he murder his cheating fucking cockcore ex-wife? Or did he murder a small child that looks a lot like me?
All right, I'll keep going. Armed robbery went wrong.
Okay, then I want to be in there with the murderer because me and him are going to work together to get out of this fucking room.
You just manipulate all these questions.
I need to know the exact scenario to determine the correct answer. Now, if I'm in there with like a psycho,
only one leaves. 12 by 12.
Oh, is that
only
the
one
scenario?
person leaves? Yes.
Then that's easy. I definitely go with the Mamba. It's really hard to kill somebody with your bare hands if you don't know what you're doing. You basically got to get to the point where you beat them in a fight and then get on top of them and either choke them to death or
you get to the chokehold, but you got to friggin' hold that for a damn long time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let's just stomp on the motherfucker's head.
That's where I am, Wings. I'm right there. If I'm in a room with a Black Mamba, I'm not really sure how to handle this situation. What if the Mamba's pissed at me? Now, I know he's most likely going to stay there in the corner as scared of me as I am of him, but I'm a little nervous of the Mamba. If it's just another guy, I'll take my chances. Let's do this. Let's go.
Okay, that's an easy one for you because you can probably beat up like 95% of any guy walking down the street.
Fortunately, normal people aren't that tough.
Yeah, normal people aren't that tough. I've seen you beat up 100% of the normal people you faced. So that's an easy one for you. But in my case, if it's like a murdering serial killer or a ferocious Black Mamba, I definitely take the Black Mamba because if you're saying only one can leave alive, then even if he bites me, I bite his fucking head off and they get me out and give me some anti-venom. That's the worst case scenario in that scenario. Or, I mean, I got 2 shoes, all right, and a belt. I can fashion some sort of flail.
You will slowly beat it to death.
I will slowly beat it to death. Even, I mean, if you hit a snake 100 times with a heavy pair of blue jeans, he's had a bad fucking day. He's going down.
Dude, if you give me a belt and a pair of shoes, I can kill the fuck out of a human.
There you go, folks. Wings of Redemption, kill a man with nothing but a belt.
Wings of Redemption has just invented the shoe nunchucks and gone to
the shoe nunchuck.
I will shoot him to death.
I'm gonna shoot the fuck out of that guy. That's like some Jackie Chan shit. I like that.
Oh, you throw that first shoe, hit that bitch right in his nose. While that shit's twinkling, you take the end of that fucking belt, which is usually iron or some sort of metal, and you beat that motherfucker right in his face until he falls down. You stomp that bitch's head in.
You know what? It's a good thing you have no violent tendencies in you whatsoever. I can see that. Pure, just Care Bears and huggable little teddy bears in your head.
I'm just saying, you get a belt You got shoestrings. You could probably cut a man's head off with shoestrings.
Cut a man's head off with shoestrings.
Than it is with the snake. Snake, it's got instincts, but it's not like it wants to hunt you down like some murder. Murder is like, I'm gonna tear you open, slice your belly open.
It's gonna be like a UFC fight, and if it's me versus him, he's getting that shoe right in his fucking dome.
He's getting the shoe. Get the shoe, son.
Dude, Joe Lozon needs to learn the shoe move. Like if
I mean, like, look here, motherfucker. There's a black mom in that corner. He looked back, bow, right in his kiss. I would sucker punch his ass, kick him right.
I would have totally taken the snake. I would have
grabbed his dick and did a pretzel on that motherfucker.
Whoa.
Wait. Whoa. What do you do with his penis again?
Why are we involved in the penis now?
Yeah, like at what point does his penis come out of the pants? You get on your hands and knees and start making balloon animals. I don't get this. Like, I just imagine. If you're going to make a balloon animal out of somebody's penis, do you blow it up first?
Using the clown tattoo one with this one, he's getting all messed up. It's the Robitussin.
No, dude. I'm grabbing that motherfucker's nuts and start twisting that shit like that Charles Bronson movie.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, right? But I don't know how we went. So now we have already got. I think you're doing it wrong. Woody should have already thrown that out there. You have in the fight. You have already grabbed the penis and the balls. You're one step away from bending him over and just taking it to him.
Hey, I'm trying to win this fight right here. You know,
starts with a shoe and ends with his balls. Nice.
I love
it's me crushing his head with my fucking bare foot.
I'm not sure this is an effective strategy. Like, first I'm going to throw the shoe at him. Hit him right in the nose. And then while he's seeing colors, I'm going to start unzipping him.
I'm going to unzip the schlong and really get the good twisting.
Step number 2 involves me like getting on my knees and unzipping his pants and giving him unpleasant whatever's coming next.
So people disrespect the nut twist, but that's a very effective fighting maneuver.
No, it's not.
Yeah, in your mixed martial arts world, it might not be because it's illegal. But if you're in that fucking half pretzel and you grab a handful of dick, that motherfucker let you go.
What about a double handful of dick?
No, the reason it's not effective.
Fighting a black man.
Look, I'm getting away from the funny stuff. But the reason that the whole nut twist thing is not effective is that you need to control the body to get that kind of maneuver off, right? Like maybe if you knew some tricky wrist lock on me, right? Like like for example, right? If you take your wrist and bend it backwards so that your knuckles go toward like the hairy part of your arm, that'll hurt, right? But you can't win a fight with that move. Right, you need to you can just pull your arm away. You need to control the whole body to get someone to sub.
Yeah, but you can't pull your nuts away.
The fact is, Woody, it will get you to break the hold.
Yeah, easily break the hold, and then two guys standing.
That's actually how Woody won his fight with me because I had him in an armbar and he went for my nipple. And then things
That's not true. That's not true. You lied.
You went for the nipple.
Ask Mercadurka. Merca, you in the stream? Back me up.
You have it on film. It didn't happen.
That's bullshit.
You have all these MMA fighting shits. Look here, I'm trying to win this fight. I'm gonna punch you right in the dick, and I'm gonna try to crush your head in.
Yeah, it's not an easy spot to hit, and it's certainly not an easy spot to control, right? Like if you tried to do it, all you really got to do is like bend at the waist, pull it away, etc. For any like mixed martial art lock to actually work, you have to own their entire body to the point where you can isolate like an arm. If you can't just like grab a sack and twist it because you haven't isolated it, right? Maybe if you owned it, maybe if you had.
Yeah, we're not trying to get him to tap out. We're trying to get him to rival in pain here.
Right, it doesn't work unless you own their body because they can just break the hold.
This has gotten so gay right now. I don't even want to be a part of this. Can we please change the topic? Because we're talking about owning other men's. We're talking about owning other men's bodies, putting dicks in pretzels, and squeezing.
I've had you would do to your sister, and I didn't go anywhere.
Dude, you talking about unicorns with dildos as horns?
My sister's fantasies that may or may not involve dildo-horned unicorns are a completely separate event than what's going on right now. And I think I'm right in this when I say that 95% of the people out there in that crowd would also like to get it on with like 3 alternate universe sisters of unicorn while it rains loop from the sky in hell with, dildos, lots of dildos sliding in like the Matrix. You guys back me up on that one?
Crazy.
What's backing you up on that one, man? No
dildos. Lots of dildos.
And
all right. I'm going to let Gunns choose. Another crazy topic or quick comment on bumping?
Oh God, please let's talk about bumping because it's so silly that people have an issue with this. Here's what bumping is for those of you who don't know. It's a glitch in YouTube system, and basically when you do it, let's say I upload a video 12 hours ago, and 15 other people who you are also subscribed to, in addition to myself, upload videos. So those 15 videos are on top of mine. I do this maneuver that brings my video back up on top of those other 15 people who have uploaded since, and it makes sure that you see it. Now, it doesn't work if you've already seen my video. Like, let's say you watch my video and I bump, you don't see it then. It doesn't even happen to you. So what it targets is the people who either missed my video or didn't want to watch my video, in which case, I don't know why I'm subscribed. They should have exited out. So my issue with that is this, and I love my analogies. Imagine if you are subscribed, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? To like 5 different magazines. You're subscribed to like fucking Maxim, Playboy, Field and Stream, all that shit. All I'm doing is making sure that my copy of Playboy is on top of the stack when you open your door. I'm not giving you anything that you didn't already agree to get. You wanted to see my video.
You like my videos. You
like my videos. You obviously like them or you wouldn't be subscribed to me. I'm just trying to get them to you. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to be like, oh, these little channels, I want to crush them. Not at all.
I have to say that is the best analogy I've actually heard, because up to everything else, honestly, I was leaning more towards the point that, why would you do something like that? At the same time, I'm talking about the tools, and you're bringing back the Coliseum Gladiator. It's a tool that people have found. And is it, like, I'm always like, is it so wrong? Like, are you chopping the heads off people? Are you putting a gun to people's head? Is it that wrong? Or is it just those that are smart at doing it and effective? It's like crazy good tactics that you can use. But your analogy I like. I kind of see your point, but I don't know where the moral line is drawn by the public.
I got this comment from a subscriber. Allow me to read it. It's a paragraph. Hey, so what if he wants to bump it? I'm subbed and I haven't seen all his vids, so it gives me a chance to see things I haven't seen yet. Are you upset because you got let down when you've seen it's not something new? Or is it because you think you should put it back at the top? I'm too lazy to make videos, but if I did, I'd bump the fuck out of it. You people need to stop looking for negative shit in everything and enjoy what you have. Good luck and hard work, etc. Somebody else wrote something similar, which was, it looks like people who put extra effort into... Let me read it carefully. Hold on, I'll find it.
To be quite honest, I don't even know how to bump videos. I've been accused already on my channel, and you know what I do? I permanently block those people. And sometimes I send a nasty message saying, you're a stupid idiot.
Please let me talk. Because I wanted to get these together. As a subscriber to many potential bumpers, I have to say it sounds like a bunch of commentators find out that with a little extra effort, they could keep their videos in the subs video feed. Sorry, but if I'm subbed to someone and they do a little trick to keep their vid at the top of my list until I finally get to see it, good for them. The same rule applies with or without bumping. If I like the content, I'll watch it. If I don't, I won't watch it. And that's the thing. This little X, you could make it go away. And that was my line of thinking when I bumped videos. It was like, all right, so I would upload at a time when I thought Europeans were getting home from school. I make 1 video a day. I would upload again when I thought Americans were getting home from school so that they could see it. And it was just like a way to advertise, right? Like, all right, who made the rule that you can't show your video to all the subs? It was something new. What you're really seeing here are 2 less successful commentators try to get big by clawing on the backs of more successful commentators. These guys bump their videos. They bump their videos all the time. Even in their little hate video, they start off by saying, look, I bumped constantly, I'll admit that, but I just found God. And look at what he's doing. Look over there, look over there, look over there.
I just found God.
Right? By the way, just throwing this out there, I just bumped my video just now. So any of you who may have missed it today, it's right back up at the top of your sub box so you can catch it. Yep. I think I make good content, so I don't know why anyone would want to see my video. It cost me $5,000 to make that video.
All right, so I'm on the other side of this, right? Like Gunns4hire said in his video, he's like, look, no one's going to bump anymore. The crowd has decided by and large that they don't like this technique. So what I've done instead is I just switched to bulletins. Bulletins are a way to tell your subscribers that
I do bulletins all the time. Is that wrong?
Yeah. No, dude, I asked Hutch, my boss. Hutch, I'm over to you. I asked Hutch, my boss, and he's like, yeah, bulletin system's legit. Go for it. And so yeah, it's like, all right, I can switch to bulletins. It was never a big deal. I didn't know I was evil in the first place. In the video, they make it out like, so if 7 people do this, then those 7 are the only videos you'll ever see. Yeah, unless you click the X, which is what you do with videos you don't want to watch. It's not. And also they painted it as this big channel against small channel thing. That's not true at all. Like it's not as if big channels bump better than small channels. When I watched,
can do it.
Any channel can do it. It's not a size thing at all. It's really an effort thing. Like if you're the sort of guy who studies, like, oh look, this just happened. How did that? That's how people found out about it. They studied what was going on. Like, hey, Gold Glove, why'd you just get up to the top? Oh, I'm currently uploading. I mentioned to call out Gold Glove, but he was actually he was not bumping, but that's how I discovered it because he was uploading at the time.
And one thing that I may have not explained about the whole thing. Some people are saying, I don't see the video. It's not my sub box again. That's because it doesn't come back if you've already watched it. It's literally a way to get your video back to the people who missed it.
Exactly. It's a way to get your video back to the people who missed it. That's what it was. And they're like, no. And a lot of guys are blaming their lack of views on this. And probably your lack of views because you complain and diss everyone else. That's not a good basis of your channel. And I also wanted to get this out. So I'm trying to put it nicely. So Ukrainian Limbs and I had kind of a falling out, and that's what the basis of all this is about. Ukrainian Limbs was on the outs of the entire YouTube community, and he came to me with this idea for Commentary March Madness. It wasn't my idea. He came to me and said, let's do this, etc. And we sort of brainstormed it, and it came out to be that it was going to be on my channel, because if it wasn't, then who cares about the event, right? Like if you made a new channel for Commentary March Madness, each video would get 10 views, and who would care? So we're going to put it on my channel. And it was supposed to be win all over the place. Ukrainian Limbs was going to get an opportunity to repair his reputation. We had him on Painkiller Already. We backed him up. We said he's a good guy, etc.
Is he the guy who bowed out like a long time ago and said, I hate this community and blah, blah, blah? And...
Yeah, that's the guy. So after he did that, I sort of gave him this second chance, right? And in Commentary March Madness, we had this division of labor. He would take the two videos and render them into one. And then I would take that video and I would upload it, and I would set the description and the annotations and all that stuff. And he found that taking the two videos and rendering it to one was this really time-consuming job, and it was this big deal. And it actually my workload dropped a lot after he left because it's so easy to do. Like it worked out nicely for me. But and there was this one time while we worked together that I yelled at him, and I even dropped the F-bomb. Right, I was kind of a jerk, and I apologized to him probably 6 times since then, and he won't take it. He's just pissed. He's so angry at me, and that's pretty much the background. It wasn't like I dropped the F-bomb and he left. No, we worked together for 2 more weeks. We had this like order of videos we were going to upload, and we were going through one bracket, and what he did is he gave me his video and he gave me Ricky Chops' video, and then he just vanished. He stopped talking to me, he stopped working, he stopped doing anything. And he told me later, like 3 days later after he came back, that his plan was to just give me his video for the promotional effect and then never talk to me again and end the competition. That's what it was. It was going to stop about a quarter way into the first round so that he could get the benefit of the promotion and then just like let everybody down who was involved. So a couple days later, he decided that wasn't the right thing to do, and he gave me access to the folders with people's videos, and I ran it going forward. So that is my relationship with Ukrainian Limbs, and now he just takes shots at me all the time, right? I told the world, like, hey, he dropped out because we didn't want it to seem unfair that he was a host as well as a participant. But the truth is, he found a way to get all the benefit out of it. Right? Early on, he got on Painkiller Already, etc. We got his videos up, and then
How many subs does he have now?
I don't know.
27,000.
27,000. But yeah, but he was on the outs of this community, and he got a lot of subs through Commentary March Madness, and he got an opportunity to repair his reputation through Commentary March Madness and through Painkiller Already. And then I guess he's pissed at me, and yeah, I did yell at him. I yelled at him that one time, but that's the relationship, and that's where this comes from. People might think that they're making these videos to make YouTube better, but it's not true. They were serial bumpers. They bumped all the time. They just found a way to get at me. They found a way to take shots at me, and here we are. So there it is. Ricky Chops, my relationship with Ricky Chops is kind of strained too. I promoted him early on. I tweeted him. I helped him out. We talked about him on Painkiller Already 6 times, and helped his channel grow when it was in those early stages. We had him in Commentary March Madness, but in private, because we have friends in common, I found out he would badmouth me constantly. So he's on Twitter in public acting like he's my friend. You know, I'm doing career day and he's like, have me on. I'll talk about my career, you know, trying to score dual comms with me. Well, on Skype in private, he's like ripping me a new one saying I'm a terrible person. And now in public, he's, you know, making the bumping videos. So it's, you've just got this group of guys, and obviously Jesus is their close friend, who you know, their method of growing their channel is to attack bigger channels, and it helps them out. So
you notice they're all still small channels.
Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, look, I don't know what the future holds, you know, and every now and then they make a video I like, but by and large, you know, like, I like Call of Duty, I like the Call of Duty community. If I was a huge Seinfeld fan, I wouldn't expect making a channel devoted to bashing George would do that. You know, look, everybody hates, everyone here loves Seinfeld, and you're ripping on George. You know, this isn't a way to get popular, but that's.
Well, I'm saying live that he's a complete moron. I don't know who he is, but he's for a lack of cleanliness or polish, he's a fucking idiot. That's what I'd say. You want me to make a video about him? I love doing those.
No, I don't. You know,
I don't want to do it.
He's a self-proclaimed troll, right? You know, he says he's trolling in real life, and Ricky Chop's obviously. And Ricky Chop's current video is called Modern Warfare 3 gameplay commentary, right? And all his videos, you know, have like misleading thumbnails with boobs on them and stuff like that. These guys troll. It's their source of entertainment, and what happened is the whole community took it really seriously, and they got big legs. And the bumping thing, like I said, you know, it was meant to show people. My videos, or you know, people who are subscribed to me, an opportunity to see my stuff when you know, they weren't there the moment that I uploaded it. Who knew it was evil? I stopped completely. I post bulletins instead now, which are like, you know, apparently the approved way of showing people your videos, and there we have it. So that's where we are.
Yeah, and the other thing is that, I mean, I think everybody here has experienced the YouTube's video subscription box like not working, like you don't get some videos. That's another way. It gives it another chance to work. Like literally, like people are always, I don't know how many comments I've seen of like, oh, your video never
not getting your videos. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can get YouTube to fix it now. Like, I just don't understand why anyone would have an issue with this.
Well, I noticed some of your videos don't get a lot of views.
Yeah.
You're being facetious. I get it.
And there's one more thing. And
sometimes I don't get quite 3 million on my video, and it upsets me.
Let me talk about this.
I have not been below 3 million in months.
Hold on. So let me get this in. So this video that we're watching now, right? It's it'll probably take like 10 hours to upload. This is going on a 2-hour-long conversation. So by the time that it looks uploaded, you know, by the time that you can see it to click on it, it's already like 10 and sometimes 12 hours old for you know, the update. In a case like that, bumping like should be fair game. Like, if you uploaded your video and it showed 12 hours late, then that's not fair to the video. And you know, so
sounds like I need to start bumping.
Well, you don't need to, because you upload 5 times a day.
No, but the fact is, all right, it takes me like 3 hours to upload a video. So if I upload at like 1, they're not going to see. It'll bump my last video at 1 o'clock, which was whatever, and my video won't appear again until like 4 o'clock.
And let me say this just to be clear. One more little specific tidbit about this thing. If you watch someone's video outside of clicking it from your sub box, then yes, it will still appear again. So like, let's say if you go to someone's channel page and watch the video, that doesn't count on the sub box. So what you have, so like, let's say early in the day, some got linked to it from Twitter or Facebook and watched it. It's still sitting in your sub box because you never clicked that link to make that link go away. So yes, if it's bumped, it will come back. So I'm just throwing that one out there. So you have to watch it from your sub box, and then bumping in no way affects you. It's not like you're going to be continually spammed with the same video over and over, which if it were bad, then I would completely understand. I wouldn't want to spam people with the same video over and over.
Or in your sub box, you can do things to make it go away. You can click X to not watch it, or you can watch it. Either of those things is fine. Like, and I get that I have a lot of people sub to me, and I'm probably not their very favorite commentator. That's fine. You know, if you watch every 10th video, welcome aboard. You know, nice to have you as a sub. That's fine with me. You know, and if you don't want to watch my video, click the X. It goes away, won't come back. You'll be good to go. You know, I'm not one of those guys that fusses like, you know, I have 10,000 subs and I didn't get 10,000 views. Rah, rah, rah. No, dude. I get that. You know, I subscribe to people and only one of them is my favorite. It's cool. Not a problem. So yeah, the bumping was never meant to be evil. It was never meant to hurt other people. I've seen guys come out of the woodwork, big channels, small channels I'd never heard of, that said that they bumped too. And it's not as if it's some, you know, like, oh, look at this, Woody's holding small channels down. Nope.
Well,
Nope,
again, it's like I say, it's a tool. It's a tool we use, and until the public screams and cries friggin' murder, you know, we do what we think is.
I wonder what people will dig about if I start doing bumping videos, but making them public and putting ads on them.
That's just other videos.
I don't know.
No,
it would just be like a picture or something.
Yeah.
It would literally be like a video of you standing in front of the camera going bump, 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 and that's the video.
They're putting in the stream CTFXC bumps. I'm imagining people from all over the YouTube community are going to get recognized for bumping now. But yeah, suddenly we're like all over it. Suddenly, like the witch hunt for bumping comes on constantly. Oh, today I was uploading a video. It was the promo for Painkiller Already, and I uploaded it. And while I was uploading it, I was listening to it. So you click render, start the upload, and proofread it. Proofreading a video, whatever. And I realized that it sucked, and that I needed to do it again. So I canceled the upload, made it again, and the bump police were all over me. It was like, gosh, just
I get the same thing, dude. Same thing. I had one that didn't fully render. I had to delete it and re-upload it. You fucking bumper. I'm like, oh my god. You know what? I'm just blocking you because you're dumb and I can't stand listening to you.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, that's my way of dealing with it.
I had a guy last night. I posted a bulletin, and they're like, "What, do you just effing bump this? F you, whatever." And I was gonna block him, and then I said, you know what? I didn't bump. Can you send me a screenshot of what you're seeing? Like, I'm a little confused. And he didn't reply. And then he, told someone else, yes, he is bumping, but he's not replying to me. And I was like, is it possible you saw a bulletin and didn't know the difference between bumping and a bulletin? And then he apologized. But the bumping witch hunt is going wild.
Yeah, what's the level? Like, am I allowed to post bulletins now? Can I speak to my subscribers via the YouTube?
I ran it by other and a bulletin's cool. And Hutch was like, dude, the bulletin system's legit. I've started using it. So
I've used bulletins for a while now.
I wish Hutch would say that then, because honestly, like, he's like, okay, it's okay if they post bulletins, so then we can post bulletins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I can now.
That's going to be the next thing. We're all going to be spamming bulletins.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure.
Can we wrap this thing up here in a minute?
Yeah, Wings is sick. All right. So, quick question for Kyle: would you rather get pregnant by your dad or your brother?
I don't have a brother, but if I had, so I can make a fictional brother who's really attractive. So I'll go brother.
Yeah, I'm going brother too. It just seems a little more age appropriate.
Yeah, that's right.
Guns, Wings?
I thought it was a Kyle question.
No, it goes around. Round table question, baby.
Brother.
All right. And now you've heard Painkiller Already, episode 61. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I'm Audi 5000.
Hey, the level of exposure. So there's like 7,000 people in the stream, but we're not recording the podcast anymore.
So is it? Can we drop the N-bombs yet? Because I haven't been able to drop one in like 2 hours now. I'm really.
Isn't the podcast still going?
Oh, the people are still listening. Okay, we'll wait.
Oh my god.
We'll wait. As soon as they're gone, though, we're gonna start the meeting. Everybody's gonna put their hoods on. Go time.
Oh, so what'd you think? A lot of guys didn't like the Hutch conversation. Like, I guess it was.
They felt we backed them into a corner?
No, I don't think it was that. I think it just didn't make for good radio. I think, people were like, this is not an entertaining topic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I tried to sort of wrap it. Like, I wanted to reach a conclusion, but it seemed like we were just sort of staying in our positions for a long time.
You know what the problem was? The likelihood that it wasn't entertaining for them is because it was more focused on business. It's more I think what we were trying to do is establish this understanding, and I'm not taking a shot at Hutch by any means, but this level of understanding that the business ethics and how the business world works in the real world also applies here, but he doesn't seem to, I'm not attacking him by any means. I think he's, a spectacular director. I mean, he wouldn't be where he is if he didn't have top-notch quality content. You know what I mean? But I think it seems like either I'm missing it and the YouTube world doesn't reflect corporate America. But my understanding is that whenever those relationships are established, there's something different. And so we were talking a lot about business, and I think we lost the viewers. You know what I mean? It's not about drama that's going on or issues. It was more like directors, and we were talking about contracts and something that the public isn't necessarily involved in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream, and I'm finding them to be kind of split. Like some guys were saying that I was too attacky. Some guys were saying, I hate, it sounds like me thing to say that in the stream they said that Hutch is douchey. It just goes both ways, I guess. But and like you said, I think now there's a lot of people saying they did enjoy the Hutch conversation, but during the time there were a lot of guys saying that they didn't. And I think in general YouTube business is not interesting radio. So,
No, that's what I mean. I think it was more catering to business ethics than it is to something that the general viewers probably want to talk about. And I don't know. We just probably lost them on that. But that was more of the boring conservative side of me, I think.
But yeah, good show. Are we alone?
I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that Wings was
Unicorn.
sick.
Unicorn lover's here still.
Yeah, the unicorn lover.
Oh my god. Oh shit. I don't know, man. Your questions are gonna get me in trouble. I know I'm gonna wake up and my wife's gonna be like, "You shouldn't have even answered them. That's it. You just don't even answer them." I'm like, "I was on the show.
How did you pick a pig over me?"
I had to pick a cow. I had no choice. I love bovine.
Hey, while we're, I guess the lower, I don't know. Did you see the draft stream? Were you watching it by chance?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I watched stuff like always post. I'm too busy. I got a business to run, Woody.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about being busy. You bring up a good point. Yeah. I want to talk all kinds of business stuff, but no one wants to hear it. So it's
well,
yeah.
we're not the official podcast, and I actually want to drop something for you guys because I want to know your input on this.
Mm-hmm.
To be quite honest with you, because I know this isn't going to go anywhere, so it's not self-promoting or anything. But you know how I started the like a new type of series, and quite honestly, it was inspired by FPS Russia and his fucking guns getting out of video games. And I've been doing video games for over 2 years now, since like almost 2.5 years. And the same thing, I do it so much, and we've done so many flipping videos in that time. We have, I don't even know, 2,000-3,000 videos, something like that.
We have a lot of videos.
Crazy amount of videos. And so I'm on the verge of video game burnout, to be quite honest with you. So I thought, man, wouldn't it be nice if I had something different, something like, "Hello, I'm shooting my flamethrower," and you know what I mean. I'm like, what can I do? I need to bring something unique. So I did Gamers Abroad. You know what I mean? Like you saw me. I just thought, you know what? I got to do something crazy. I'm gonna get a last minute ticket or whatever. And I'm just going to fly to a random friggin' city and record and see what happens. No plans. I'm just going to do it. Right? So I haven't promoted anything. I've just been doing it on my channel. I haven't told anyone about it. I haven't really been pushing it at all because it was the first one that kind of flopped. But I have a chance. How do you feel about that? How do you feel? And Kyle, you know these sort of things. If you recognize more viral stuff, if I can pull something off like that, is that appealing? Is that something I can pull off? I really want to
get it yet. You fly to cities and you take random unplanned vlogs?
Well, basically, I want to involve the viewers. And right now it's called Gamers Abroad. So what I do is I say, okay, listen. And the first one was Rome, Italy. And I was like, okay, give me a last minute. I went to a travel agent. I'm like, what do you got for me? $500 and under. Tell me where you got. and they had Rome, Italy. And I'm like, fine, I'll fly to Rome, Italy. So I tell everyone, hey, I'm going to Rome, Italy. Give me things to do in Rome, Italy. And we set them up like achievements, Xbox achievements or PlayStation Network trophies. So if I do them while and I film the entire time, like I'm there for only 24 hours. I fly across there. I spend 24 hours in there. I have to find like a hotel and everything. And I have to try and do these achievements that the people are telling me to do. You know what I mean? I choose a list of like 15 or 20. And then I just try and do them in this strange new country or whatever. I just do what the viewers want me to try and do. Run up there, throw this, eat some gelato, high five random people or whatever. You know what I mean? They seem to be responding well to it, but...
That's cool. I had an idea for a channel that I haven't started yet.
What's
but
that?
I really enjoyed the Mail Monday series. I get these messages, and I have so many of them. Like, I literally get like 200 to 300 potential... On a busy day, I'll get 200 to 300 potential Mail Monday subjects, and on a slow day, I'll get like 100 or 150. And it's like, I could do an advice channel. I could do... Like, do you have to be like a certified psychologist? I don't think so. I think most of them aren't. Just don't lie about it. Don't call yourself Dr. Woody. Just call yourself
if they're
Woody.
if they respect your opinion, you're just giving your opinion as Woody.
And it wasn't going to put it on my main channel. I was thinking of firing up the second one. And
it's better to do that only because if people that have subscribed to your channel for certain content and you start doing this, and this is why I separated the gun shop from everything else. Because those that have subscribed to our main channel, they want to see Battlefield, they want to see COD. They don't want to see some bald, middle-aged goat herder, yammering on about this topic and that topic. So I thought, okay, I'll separate it all, and that's all I'll do. So when people subscribe to the gun shop, they know that's all they get. And it makes it so much easier, and people don't say, I'm unsubbing, you used to do this, or you used to do that. I give the same content over and over, and I think it's safer that way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna make it.
Why are you so quiet?
Me? I'm doing stuff on YouTube, and I'm also still talking to a.
He's bumping.
He's bumping.
I did bump it. I did bump the video. I see nothing wrong with it. I don't. I think the people who are up in arms about it are a bunch of just gypsy fruit.
Yeah, and the other thing, the people who are inspiring them to be up in arms are bumpers themselves, right? They're just trying to troll.
I saw the light. But this person didn't. Let's get him.
yeah. I mean, they bumped up until the day that they did it. It's what their channel's about. Their channels are about trolling, and I watched Ricky's recent video. The whole thing was trolling White Boy. Like I don't watch all his. I've seen his videos.
Oh, I think I did see that one.
Yeah,
I think
he wears like a gold, like he has a WWF light belt that he's holding on. And he says that he's a goat effer and this and that because White Boy says he's the GOAT, greatest of all time, GOAT. And the whole thing was clearly a parody. And, that they troll. That's what their channels are about. But when they trolled me, and all of a sudden it inspired everyone to, attack commentators, and then commentators who were getting attacked started talking about it because they didn't like being attacked, and it became a big thing.
Well, I hope he enjoys being at 20-some-odd thousand because that's where he's going to stay.
I never know who's the next big guy, right? Someone with 25,000 subs is going to be the next CNANer.
Yeah, well, I'd hope that it's not going to be this ass-lick. I'm just going to say it. You don't have to say it, I'll say it, because that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, so...
I'll cross that line for you. Yeah. Well, the next place I'm going should be a lot more interesting, and I'm going to have, hopefully, try and get our network to help promote it, because I'm going to Ireland at the end of the month, and I'm going to interview a rock band.
That sounds incredible. Not to bring this back on me, but so my company, I found out, is laying off, I hate to even say the number.
No, you don't have to tell me the name. No, don't tell me the name, but I mean, like, what kind of company?
It's a high-tech company. And they're doing huge layoffs. And I heard the number; it's in the 5 digits. And
really? Are you kidding me?
Nope. So look, they've done layoffs before. This is probably the second biggest one that I've been through. They've never touched me. I'm on a really critical project that my vice president talks about all the time. I'm the senior tech lead on it. I think I'll survive this layoff. But there's a little bit of me that is like, if they offered me that severance package, I might, fire up an advice channel, be able to, go to a travel agent and say, give me your cheapest, interesting location, and do things like you're doing. There are opportunities that pop up, like to go here or there, that I turn down because I have a day job. People are like, Woody, just come here. I'll pay for your flight and hotel. I'm like, actually, that's only a little bit. I'm kenneling dogs. I'm leaving my family. I'm leaving my job. What about, pay and burning my paid time off at work? And there are lots of reasons that I can't take advantage of like things in the world. And a little part of me is like, if I got the severance package, I don't think I'd leave the office crying.
Dude, I'm telling you, leaving insurance after 12 years was the best goddamn thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, you know what? I fight on a daily basis, which is also probably why we crank out videos. But I love this job, man. This is my full-time job. This is what I do, and it's way better than working for a company. It's, you know what? I actually work more hours doing this, but I do it, and I absolutely love it. Like, I do like 70 to 80 hours a week. Easy. Easy. Every single week doing this stuff for YouTube. Like, of everything that we do and everything that, I run with Spider-Bite, my business partner, we work our ass off. But you know what? I don't even ever think about it. I don't complain. I don't think, oh my God, I gotta go to work. I fucking love it. You know what I mean?
I dream of what you're doing. Like that's
but you can do it, dude. Your channel is big enough. It's not that you have to spam. You don't even need to spam. I mean, if you do regular content, if you did just like the gun shop, except you're already established, you do 3 videos a day, sometimes, or 2 to 3 videos a day, whatever, and you keep that steady content going, dude, you're fine. You're more than fine. And I'm not going to discuss those numbers, but you'll be, and who cares? Why should you shine away from me? Why should you have to say, I'm sorry for making so much money doing something I absolutely love? And, and I'm not saying this to be condescending to anyone, but a lot of the people get jealous. They're like, oh, get a real job. This is a real job. I work my ass off to do this.
Yeah, it's, so I'm going to talk about Shay Carl. Before I do, I'm going to say this. I've met Shay Carl in life. I think he is awesome. I've watched his videos and I love them all, right? So Shay Carl,
watch them as well.
I'm a Shay fan. Yeah. Plain and clear. But I also know like Shay's an entrepreneur. Like I see him do his videos where he's promoting green energy. And I'm like, at some point along the way, he like negotiated a contract to bring visibility to their thing. I remember for the Billionaires Challenge, right? There was prize money involved in that. There was money involved in that. And people are saying, Woody, don't you realize that he's just using you to promote his business? It's like, yeah, I do. I fully realize that. It's fair trade, right? Like he's sponsoring a gaming tournament. I'm bringing visibility to his company. This is the partnership that we had. Yeah. And it eventually became too toxic to be involved with, but that's that. And the draft, everything turned against the event that night. And in retrospect, I think guys overreacted somewhat. Like, first of all, the suicide thing was a hoax all along. There's a background to that. The background is Justin TV and him are both live streaming sites, and while they don't do exactly the same thing, they consider themselves, in the same space, competitors of a sort. And Justin TV got its big break. When a guy killed himself live streaming. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, so Justin TV doesn't choose what they live stream. It wasn't like they scheduled it or anything. But they killed themselves on a JTV live stream.
That's crazy.
That planted the seed in his head, like, I should do this hoax. Like if I did this, then my channel would get the kind of publicity that Justin TV did when it happened to them. And it was never a real guy, but that was the genesis of the idea. And in retrospect, it's like people really blew up over, what was a bad idea. And what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, YouTube is a very, very funny place. It's very hard to keep your finger on the pulse there. And
you said in your video, like the I guess, line of what's acceptable and what's not moves all the time. Like the giveaways are a perfect example. When giveaways first started, the crowd cheered. Yes, yes. Thank you for bringing in like Xboxes and iPads. I can't believe you're sharing your success with us. And, you know, and while he was sharing his success with him, he was also making a calculated business deal. You know, like, oh, I think that, you know, I can benefit from this and you can benefit from this. It'll be a win-win on both sides and it'll be a big thing. And it was. And then somewhere along the way, other YouTubers said, no. You know, I don't allow. Now you're stopping me from getting top favorites. I'm going to organize a campaign. And then the crowd said, you can't do this.
They were able to change the minds with propaganda.
Yep, that's exactly what went down.
Yeah,
and it's what happens all the time. And it's oftentimes why that line of what's acceptable or not changes.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, I plan on doing like favorites.
I'm not touching that machinima bot. That thing that like gives you thousands of favorites and likes. If you ask
made everyone uncomfortable when you brought that up.
I feel like I'm under such a microscope that I don't want anything to do with that tool.
I know, dude, but even myself, I was like, Woody, don't say it. Don't talk about it. And I'm not even even in your network. I was just like, what are you doing, buddy? I'm gonna have to make a bunk bed in my house for you. Like, come on in, buddy. You can work here now.
So yeah, I'm you know, I felt like I ran a clean channel. I didn't feel like bumping was ever a dirty thing, but now I'm, I guess, staying super duper clean. You know, that's where it's going to be.
You know what? Just don't even I wouldn't even just bring attention to it. I mean, these things happen all the time. We get the next thing, there's always going to be something that's going to be brought to light. Something that one of us is doing. There's always been something. Tell me in the last like couple of years when there hasn't been something that we're doing as a community that is okay in the beginning and then slowly changes to the demon. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everything. And we don't even know when it metamorphosizes into this demon. We're just like, we're like, oh, everyone else is doing it and no one seems to have a problem with it, and then boom, one day you wake up and you're like, you're the demon, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and it's often me. It's often me. Well, you know, someone will make a video about it and they use me as the example of demon, and you know, that's how it goes down.
And you know what the funny thing is the only reason why, you know, I don't do the bumping and I didn't do this and I actually got in late with the like and favorites is that's just it. I always learn about all these things, these techniques that all you guys are doing late. I swear to God, that's how I feel every single time. And I'm not saying necessarily that I would do them. I'm just saying that had the opportunity been there and the gray line wasn't drawn, I may very well have been doing all that stuff. I'm totally out of the goddamn loop. So the next tricky thing that you come up with, you friggin' give me a Skype message and let me know.
I'm not. I could tell you about them, but I swear I'm not touching them. You know, I don't want anything to do with tricky things anymore.
Like, you know, I'm pretty good, and obviously you don't touch them because you've got a sense of ethics and you weigh them in your own head. You're like, you know what, I'll do this one, but I won't do that one. And I'm the same way. And I'll look at it and say, I don't see a problem with it. People freak out, whatever. I'll stop it and I'll do a video and I'll slam people because that's what I do. But whatever, get out of here. I won't do it.
So, yeah, man. I guess that's the post show, Painkiller Already. I hope you guys enjoyed it.